Hello and welcome to yet another Digibro and Pantsu Party Nuzlocke live stream!
It's been another week.
I hope we don't have any audio problems. I'm just gonna front load this mentioning that it tends to be that early into these episodes the microphone will glitch and stop working and we have to restart the stream in order to make it work again. So if the stream restarts, don't worry, we're not down. We just had to do a quick reset. It happens all the time.
It happens. Shit happens.
It seems to be the only technical detail we usually run into on this show, but let me not jinx it too quickly. You guys are interrupting my watching the Whirling Dervish. I always worry about I release too much shit on the same day sometimes. It's hard to keep track of everything I'm putting out when and what the length is.
Yeah, you have an hour-long podcast come out on the same day you do a live stream.
And the PCP comes out, though I wasn't on today's PCP.
Oh yeah, you weren't, yeah.
But yeah, the PCP always comes out on Friday, and we do a live stream. And also everyone else in the PCP also tends to live stream on the same day.
It's funny.
Because they all like to do it on Friday or Saturday, so it's everybody will do it at the same time.
Because whenever we try to do a live stream for the Cockcast, there's always either Ben is live streaming or Munchie is live streaming, so...
Well, like I've said before, this is what makes live streaming so much more difficult and competitive than I think people realize, is that you can only be watching one live stream at a time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very different from YouTube, where it's you could be subscribed to 100 channels and just watch each of their videos in order. If someone's live streaming, you have to pick and choose which live stream you're going to, and so whoever's the best or the most popular is always going to win out. That's
Never
why I don't
stream
think
against Nickerkita.
Yeah.
Butthole Weeb's money will be lost.
I mean, in cases like me, I think I have such a cult audience that a lot of the people who watch my live streams are not necessarily watching other streams or don't watch streams regularly. But, nonetheless, I can't expand into the realm of, people who other people watch unless I was going to be a really dedicated streamer. We got $5 from Topher Has Opinions, who says... When you come to Otakon, would you want to crash on my couch and drink my beer? I mean, we already have a hotel room, if that's what you mean. I would gladly drink some beer with you.
I'll drink your beer.
I'm going with May, so, I'm not going to be showing up just to couch surf and fucking live a wild ride or anything like that. We got a nice little cozy hotel room near the convention center.
He has a woman to satisfy.
Yeah. Should I... So, okay, question for the chat. Do we want to do a raffle this stream? Should I raffle off another page of Ari Ferreita? We also have... Where's the print? I accidentally printed out the... Oh, here we go. So, from the previous episode of the live stream, there was this, Ekans Cock and Balls that I accidentally printed on a piece of iron-on paper page.
Do a raffle.
Whatever you want.
I need to, prepare
Cut out
the
more
slips.
papers. Yeah.
I didn't think we were doing a raffle today, but
We might not be. I don't know. I don't know what if people want it, if it's considered appropriate in the wake of tragedy. I really don't know. But we are here, we are queer, and we're steers. Make sure you read the comments, they're all great. Hi from the UK, just finished your Kyoani video and hit me damn hard, dude. I remember wit. I think you might have got cut off mid-sentence. I'm glad you... I guess enjoy is probably not the word. When are you finally going to Komike? You need to live that episode of Lucky Star where Kagami and Tsukasa get owned. I don't know when. We're planning to probably go to Japan for our honeymoon when we get married. At least that's what I hope. I don't know if Komike will be happening then, but we'll see what happens.
gotta schedule it.
Paisano says, how did you meet May? Why don't you tell them how we met?
I was a big fan in 2016. I was a big fan of Jeff at first, and Jeff and Digi did a lot of videos together, and I became a huge Digi head. and I was a fan for like a couple of months, and I just decided that like I liked him, and I was gonna take a risk and ask him if he wants to meet up, or you know, if they were interested, and then we met up
and we
person,
were interested.
And
well, you skipped over the
history.
like 4 months of Snapchat sexting.
Yeah, we were talking on Snapchat like all the kiddies do.
Naranagi says raffle money should go to KyoAni. See, the thing is that I still don't know what KyoAni needs. Like, we've raised a fuck ton of money for Kyoto Animation, and there's no real word yet on what that money can be used for, if it can be used for something. You know, I would like to, like, if we get more word like that, if we find out that KyoAni's like, yes, we're accepting all donations, yes, like, we can take as much money as you.
Or if they had more of like a direct goal, like,
right, if there was
wasn't just ambiguously giving money to them, because
which I'm sure something will emerge. I'm sure there will come a time where we find more clear ideas of how we can contribute to that. I mean, this goddamn fucking green screen. This motherfucker. We're back. I'm sure there will still be F's in the chat for another minute before we are
the game.
Reloaded.
Please. You're back. And they're pretty fast.
Oh, I can scroll on the chat while you're playing. Excellent. As long as I don't click on anything. Mr. Spiderbat says, Lucky Star popped my otaku cherry, so I am the sad. I know the feel, bro. Didn't you have an Adventure Time video where you were blindfolded and screaming? I don't... So, there is an Adventure Time video I did where I'm wearing, like, a bandana across the center of my face. I am not blindfolded. I'm also not screaming, but I am shirtless. And I introduce myself as, like, a whirlwind of, like, I say, like, hello, I am a whirlwind of human anger and, like, and fear, like, nihilistic fury or something like that.
I see.
Like, it was a weird character I had invented, and it was just, like, this short video that I initially had only just sent to Jesse, and just told him... I used to just make weird shit, send it to Jesse, and tell him he could do whatever he wanted with it.
Excellent.
Like, I would just make stuff so bizarre that I was like, I don't know what to do with this, I can't use this, so I'm just giving it to Jesse. And then, I think I posted it somewhere to my... You know what? It's probably in my Patreon archive.
I didn't miss a random encounter in here, did I? I don't even know. I wasn't really paying that much attention, but,
is it Pokemon catching time? Is that happening?
Yeah, I don't think
well, we can let the chat tell us. I'm sure somebody was paying attention.
Is this the first wild encounter? I do not have to catch the Zubat, since I already have a Zubat.
Yes, let us know. They say, nope, we did not.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, but what if I just blinked out for a second? It's happened before.
People always tell me to, like, some people always say, oh, you gotta watch Monster, but there's a whole other camp that's like, don't watch the anime, you should just read the manga, because the anime is like a one-to-one, very stiff, panel-by-panel adaptation of the manga that just fucks up the pacing.
Will it be a slowpoke?
That's what I've been told.
It's another Zubat. Oh boy, okay, well we have to catch the Zubat now.
I thought the Dupe's Claws worked 3 times or something.
Yeah.
Like you had to run into the thing 3 times before you had to catch it or something.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time.
Oh, damn. Butthole Weeb says, sorry boys, had to run up to the boozy store for this stream. Rye Whiskey Gang, where you at? Hi May and Daddy Bro, missed you guys. You too. Can you answer the Yamakan question again? The audio was cut. I didn't hear anything about him going to Kyoto Annie, if that was what they were asking. I just know that he said he was just being an ass on Twitter, as he tends to be. That guy has probably...
Just leave it be. Just take it down.
Alright.
It's fine. It's fine.
Fuck the green screen.
You can see all of the anime posters. And the weird things we had set up.
It's gonna fall. Oh. Okay, it didn't fall on. I thought it was gonna take out the router for a second.
Oh my dear lord. This is the background. You probably should remove the trash from
the trash bin that was holding up the... Here's what was holding up our green screen is a trash bin on a stepladder. Well, this is why I need the super chats. You see, this is why I'm hesitant to donate all of it, because I don't have Papa needs a new green screen holder.
Alright, we caught a female Zubat. Need a nickname for this boy or this little girl.
Yes. None of these super chats have any names in them, so we'll... Oh god, there's a whole bunch of super chats I have to read.
Yep.
Well, let us know what we should name this fucking Zubat while I read these super chats. We got $20 from Anathemy Badesu, who says, I recall you recently saying that Jesse is living out of his car right now. Is there anything we can do to support him? His Patreon is per video, and he hasn't made a video in 9 months. Also, that Ekans on a shirt would be amazing. Okay, you're very wrong about Jesse not making any videos. In fact, he posts them only on Patreon. So if you become a patron, he posts like 5 videos a month. Every month. He does them usually all at the very end of the month. But he does release videos. They're just all patron exclusive for the most part. So yes, you can support him that way. I should probably tell him that people don't know that. We got $20 DKK to name it Ritsu. So
alright.
Ritsu joins the team. We already has Azusa the Togepi. Now
and we already have a Zubat, but this is a backup Zubat.
Yeah.
You can never have too many Zubats.
That can't be true.
That's a good name.
Sid Fearson gives $5 and says, finally awake for a stream. Might not be a raffle.
Should we do a raffle? Should we raffle?
There were definitely some people saying we should. Well, okay, what do you guys want us to raffle? Do you want a page of Ari Ferreita, or do you want an Ekans Cock and Balls Pokeball? Again, I feel like it'd be really fun to like do a shirt with like a pocket, and then put the Ekans in the pocket. Like, you know those. We can do anything. I don't know.
I think that'd be fun to do.
Ash Vampire asks, is the page sent out as of right now? It is currently sitting in the mailbox with the red thing up. I was gonna mail it with the shirts, but then I ended up deciding I was gonna mail the shirts from home, so I didn't mail it yet. So now it's just in the mailbox because it occurred to me that I did not need to take it to the post office since it's just a letter. If I were to raffle off a page of this book. By the way, anybody who is super chatted will retroactively be entered in the raffle if we are doing it. Here's the other page of a naked girl that exists. So I guess I'll raffle off this other page of a naked girl, or the Ekans ball. We got two $2 super chats that want the Ekans ball. I don't know if it would necessarily be a shirt. I mean, like you said, we could do it as a pocket shirt.
Yeah, I mean, we could just buy a shirt for the person, whatever size they need. Like, I've seen those shirts at Walmart.
Print the Ekans on a boob page for New Zealand $2.
Incredible.
Alright, I guess we're gonna do a raffle then. We gotta cut out the fucking... Here, just hand me a bunch of blank papers, I guess, and I'll do it.
We have scissors. You can just cut them up.
Yeah, I can...
I'll grab me some papers.
I gotta take out all the names from the last one. God, what a successful raffle that was last time. Alright, I don't know if I'll be able to go back to the first super chats we got, because I don't know how far back the fucking
do you want to just
thing goes.
I can cut these out really quick if you want to walk me. You want to do it?
Yeah, why would I make you do that?
Cut it into just strips of like 3 or 4.
I know how to cut strips. I'll be fine.
I don't know if I believe you. I really don't know if I believe you. You have to make them even. That's the most important part.
I'm just trying to do it AFAF because people's be chatting. Oh god, I dropped half the papers. Talk about something while I'm doing this.
What to talk about? Well, it's been a very eventful month. Yeah. First it starts out with just, you know, the fun monkey drama. We're going to Otakon. That's cool. I'm getting ready to, you know, apply to college. Get that all situated. It looks like I'm probably gonna go back and part-time and take like 3 classes for the fall semester. That'll be exciting and fun. And then, you know, some terrible news the other day. I cried like a little bitch yesterday. We saw a rainbow. We were going to go to the
double rainbow at that.
Yeah, we were gonna go to the beach just to like kind of chill and get away from the
Did go
computer.
to the beach at
And
that.
we were like, let's have a picnic and watch the sunset and just go to the beach. Although, you know, it's kind of stupid because we're on the East Coast. You can't really see the sunset. I don't know why I had that idea. But we went to the supermarket. We got stuff to make sandwiches. And then we packed it up. And we went out to the beach. And we saw this amazing, ginormous rainbow. And I looked at it. And I started crying. Huge, gobbly, gibbly tears. And then we followed the rainbow to the beach. And it was magical.
We did.
It was a magical day. That's all I can say about that.
I'm currently writing down the names of anybody who has super chatted so far.
So let's just talk about the strategy for the next gym, because we're going to be up against Bugsy after we take out this tower. Bugsy has a Scyther with the U-turn, level 17, and then 2 other bug Pokemon. He has Kakuna and Metapod. So I was thinking the best party you can go to the gym with is probably going to be Dunation, Geoboob, and Zawardo, because they're flying and rock. And Dunation is supposed to learn, I think, Wing Attack at level...
To Patrick Booth, I have not listened to Bandana by Madlib and Freddie Gibbs yet.
I took a whole bunch of notes. Let's see what Zubat's supposed to learn. Yeah, Wing Attack at level 17, so I think that'll be a pretty fucking, you know, stellar team against Bugsy.
Butthole asks, are you fellas drinking tonight? Better not be tea. Oh boy. You better believe I'm drinking motherfucking Wawa Diet Green Tea!
Never stops.
Sid Fierson.
I'm drinking one of these Dunkin' iced lattes because it's like the $2 iced latte month. And I'm not really into iced lattes that much, but they're $2 and they're pretty good. And I got the cookies and cream flavor and I'm obsessed. Obsessed.
Sid Fierson again, who wants that Ekin shirt.
That Ekin shit.
And Ekin Butthole Weeb also wants it. By the way, every time you super chat, your name goes on a paper. I can't believe we had this many already. I'm fucking taking this goddamn long. Oh god, I hate when you're fucking scrolling through and YouTube fucking chat constantly.
Donation grew to level 12.
It
is a lot of super chats. I'm not surprised, but
how could you be surprised anymore after last week?
After last week, yeah. That was incredible. That was like a big come for everybody. Just so much, you know. So
Eric
much super
Fredberg
chats.
Person says, have some tax money, Digi. Thank you. I legitimately need it. I mean, granted, I will also have to be taxed on all the money that you are donating.
Yes.
But, I think I'm closer than ever to resolving my tax situation because I've actually talked to
You've made the first step. Congratulations.
I haven't talked to a tax person to work for me, just talked to someone who could tell me about tax things.
Yeah.
Ash Vampire
well, you have
says,
contacts now, which is...
just watched Planet's Thoughts if you've seen it. I've seen the first half, but it was so long ago I don't remember. I just remember it being good. It looks very good. One of them early 2000s Sunrise shows. Yeah, I really gotta rewatch it because I barely remember shit about what I saw. Ort says, I live in Virginia Beach and I saw you at the fireworks show.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Exciting.
Cool.
The fireworks show was lit.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Escaping from it was not so lit, but...
I don't think it would have been that bad if we didn't have to haul ass.
Yeah. Alyssa Swain says, thoughts on the Matrix trilogy? At the time, I mean, I remember watching the first... I saw the first Matrix, like, on DVD. I enjoyed it. The second one, I was not as into. And the third one, I had loved at the time, because that's the one where it goes full anime. And, all I remember is just thinking all the mech fights and fucking giant punch-outs were badass. I know a lot of people don't like the third one. But it's like, it's been way too long for me to like really weigh in with any kind of serious answer as to the quality of those movies. The Animatrix was dope. I just liked it because it was anime, basically. Sid Fearson says, super chat to fix his tax.
Super chat, fix his tax.
And we also got $1 from Eye Opening Arc, just to throw in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm finally caught up. Winter Wako Reborn gives us $2 and says, why are you not going to last BronyCon? Because I don't care. Like, I don't have that kind of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? That kind of sentimentality towards the past that I think a lot of people do. That kind of like,
nostalgia.
You know, yeah, the nostalgia or whatever. Like, it's been 5 years since I've even watched any My Little Pony. I don't care about anything that's going to be happening at the convention. And I already felt that way at the last one I went to in 2015, where like I had been out of the show for so long that I didn't care about anything that was going on at the con. And when I went, there was no chairs. There was nowhere to sit at the whole convention. And it was like, well, if I'm not going to any of the panels, if I'm just here to, like, chill out with my friends, there's nowhere to fucking sit. So, yeah, I just can't say I'm interested in having that experience again. I know you don't care about going to BronyCon.
The cool thing would be just hanging out with, like, Michelle.
It would be cool to hang out with my
honestly.
friends, if not for the fact that they're all going to want to actually do things and talk to people.
Yeah,
like,
no, I don't really care. I don't know anybody who's a brony.
Right.
Chris Chan's gonna be there. Chris Chan's cool.
That's hilarious.
That would be the reason to go. Get a fucking interview with Chris Chan.
Like, the main appeal of it for me from the very beginning was getting to see my friends and everything.
We're getting magnitude.
But the whole reason we stopped going was because getting to see my friends got wrapped up in so much other shit. It was like, I can't see my friends. It's them and everybody else, and at this event, you know, it's like I see my friends enough. I don't need to see them that many times that I would go to a convention that I don't care about just for the sake of it, you know. Also, I'm going to Otakon, which is just a week beforehand, so you know, doing 2 cons back to back is kind of rough. I did do it one year. It was kind of rough. The Coke Master gives $2. Says, how y'all holding up? It still hurts. I mean, I'm trying not to. I don't like to, you know, dwell for too long on something I can't do anything about, you know.
Yeah.
I sort of put all my feelings into my tribute video, and once that was released, it kind of felt like I don't need to obsess over this, but I did decide I was also going to just watch all the Kyoto Animation shows and try to talk about them. So we watched 3 episodes of Fumofu last night, which was fucking
It was
great.
incredible.
It holds up way better than I expected, because I watched it in like 2008 in like one go, so I didn't really remember much of it. I remembered thinking it was hilarious and having had it on like the lower tiers of my favorites list for a long time, but it's one of those things where it's like you don't really remember what was. With comedy shows, you just remember that you laughed. It's hard to, or like the couple of like really standout moments that stick in your mind, but it's hard to remember like exactly what was good about the show, because it tends to be more the moment to moment, you know, enjoyability of it. So yeah, revisiting it, just a lot better than I expected it to hold up, and I would highly encourage everybody to watch Fullmetal Panic Fumofu. You don't have to see any of the rest of it to understand. You know, as long as you get that the basic conceit is that it's about a child soldier being assigned to bodyguard a high school girl, and he's basically a fish out of water in high school. That's enough to understand. I mean, you could really watch the first episode of the original show and then go right into Fumofu and you'd be perfectly fine.
Or the first episode of the new series.
Well, that one was incomprehensible.
I mean,
we tried to watch it.
That's all I've seen of Full Metal Panic.
Right.
And
well, I just like basically briefed you like, here's what Full Metal Panic's about, and then we watched Fumofu.
Yeah, but
like,
I mean, even if you didn't explain it to me, they do kind of preface the first episode and like let you know that he is a child soldier, and like,
right.
You know, you kind of figure it out. The characters are not too difficult to understand.
No. $2 from Hime saying, opinion on Mumkey quitting the internet / Lou drama. I mean, I did my rant about Mumkey on the After Dark channel, but On him quitting the internet, I don't think he'll be gone for long. Like, I understand what he's going through right now because, I remember what this is like the first time that you really get sick of it, and especially of, like, your fan base kind of, like, feeling like you're at odds with your fan base and, like, you don't want to have to listen to them anymore. And I think that I get why Mumkey feels the way he does, but he's not going to feel that way forever. And he's way too dramatic about everything. He's so much of a, like, all-or-nothing drama queen kind of guy that, he's always been that way.
Did he change his Patreon to per video, or is it still per month?
I don't even know. I doubt he changed it.
Yeah, I do too.
I think he just told people basically, like, hey, like, it's gonna keep being like this, so, you know, unpledge if you're not happy.
If you don't like
it's just
this.
like, if you're still doing a Patreon and you're still planning to release content, you haven't left the internet. Like, you're just not on social media, which you don't have to be on in the first place. Like, nobody would even fucking notice if you didn't say anything, you know?
Right, and that's what you should have been doing in the first place,
it's really
honestly.
Fucking hilarious. EB King 21 says, have you thought about visiting the Caribbean? I have not, really. No.
I would. That sounds
I mean,
fun.
it sounds like it would be a good time. I just haven't thought about it.
Oh my god, so many super chats.
Butthole Weeb with $20 says, I've been hesitant to finish the last half of my 5 anime I was late to the party for script for you, May, because I watched Whisper of the Heart on plane from LA, not knowing you guys reviews it, was gonna make it the finale. You still can. Why would it matter if we reviewed it? Why would that affect your decision? Ort says, have you ever heard of Alexander XR? He does great vids. I think I've seen the name. I don't know what he does, though.
Yeah, I've seen that name, too, all over the place.
Will the Dill says, with $5 Canadian. Last time I meant, do you get the appeal of Symphogear? I know you said it wasn't your thing, but do you know what it's about? Also, thank you. I mean, as far as I know, the appeal of Symphogear is that it's insane. That, like, it's about... I mean, the basic conceit of the show is that it's about a bunch of, like, transforming hero idol singers who sing and fight at the same time. And they all have, like, really over-the-top powers, and there's crazy fucking huge battles and shit. I mean, personally, it just doesn't... I think the fact that I don't like the music has a big part to do with why I can't get into it. I think if I was able to appreciate the songs that they're singing while they're fighting, it would be a lot easier for me to get into. I also just think that the overall aesthetic of the show is completely unappealing. But, you know, I appreciate why people like it. I mean, it's not surprising that it has a cult following. But not my thing. Simon Midkiff with $4.99 says, me and my GF, both Zoomers, have recently started watching Inuyasha and Cowboy Bebop. We already knew, but 90s, early 2000s anime is sick as hell. Agreed. I mean, Inuyasha is probably not what I would pick as the most sick as hell late 90s, early 2000s anime. I know Victor fucking has an undying love for Inuyasha, weirdly. Even though he wasn't even that into it as a kid.
It's 'cause of Hope.
Well, yeah, but... he's, like, way more into it now. Sid Pearson with $2 says, the Hot Spring episode of Fumofu changed my life. We'll get there. We're not there yet.
Oh my god, I'm excited. The fucking swimsuit episode was so hot. It was so good.
Yeah.
The main girl is perfect. Although their bodies do look jade.
Haname Chidori is her name. Eric Fredberg Person, going to the US and need fast food recommendations. Dude, we have a whole fucking video where we rank all the fast food. Go watch the fast food tier list by actual professionals that the two of us did. We go on for like 45 minutes about fast food. You really... like, I would just give more general recommendations, but it depends on where you're going and what exactly kind of food you want.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of the chains and stuff are regional.
Yeah.
But if you
America,
see a Chick-fil-A, stop. Just go.
The hardest thing for anybody outside America to understand is the sheer unbridled scope of America. Things are not the same in any two quadrants, you know. Butthole Weeb with $10 says, gonna get the chat talking. What's y'all's top 5? You too, Digi and May. I got Gosick, the Prince of Tennis franchise, the Love Live series, Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. That is a fascinating top 5, if I must say so. I'm blown away by that one. That's different. At least one of them's good. What's your top 5?
My top 5. Oh fuck. I'm thinking about my 3x3. Ava, Genganagura Boshigin, Haruhi, probably Kaiba. What else would I put?
Would you put
Could I include
Midori in your top
movies?
5?
No, I wouldn't put it above any Ghibli.
Oh yeah, My Neighbor Totoro.
My Neighbor Totoro is my favorite Ghibli movie. I'd probably put that up there. Those are my faves.
BJ says that tier list made me so happy when you gave love to Cookout. Cookout's great. We just went there the other day finally.
It was
For the first time since moving back
I was
down.
like really paranoid that like they wouldn't have anything that like I could eat that wouldn't make me feel like shit. But their chicken sandwiches were pretty not that bad. They were only like 300 some calories, so.
Ort with $2 says top 5s: Monster, K-On!, Hunter x Hunter, Berserk 97, and Legend of the Galactic Hero.
What are your top 5s?
Mine would probably be Evangelion, K-On!, Sangatsu no Lion, which I forgot last time because it's new and I haven't updated my
Sangatsu
favorites lists yet.
The fucking
So
top
yeah,
tier.
Sangatsu, Ava, K-On!, fucking what an amazing top 3. Perhaps The Wind Rises, which is my favorite Ghibli, and what would I pick for number 5? What have I picked for my top 5 previously? Shit. I don't know. I still have not made a like top list that I'm confident in, just because there are still so many shows that I love that I haven't rewatched. Until I've rewatched Eureka 7 and Gintama and a few other things, I can't make it confidently. I have been working my way through though. A lot of stuff that that used to be like a lot of stuff I thought that about I've rewatched, like Utena. Like, I thought, oh, Utena will probably be in my top 5, top 10 when I rewatch it. And I rewatched it, top 20, we'll say. Not quite top 10, but it's still a fucking amazing show. Shirobako is probably a good contender as well. Even that, it's been forever, though. It's been like 5 fucking years. Well, probably more like 4 years, but whatever. What about Kashurn Sins? It's a good show. I haven't watched that since 2008. But I definitely wouldn't see that being in my top 10 or anything. People are just saying they're top 5s now.
Yep, he really got the chat talking.
How is Danaganani not in your top 10? I mean, there's not really that much to it, you know? $2 from Sid Fearson, who says top 5: Fooly Cooly, Monogatari, Utena, Desert Punk, and Lane. I'm gonna guess he means the dub version of Desert Punk, because that's the one everybody loves. Simon Midkiff with the top 5: Gurren Lagann, Kill La Kill, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Shampoo, and Doo-Da-Da-Da. I'm sorry, everybody, but none of you is ever going to have a more interesting top 5 than Butthole Weeb did. Sky Domain says, how much stock do you put in MBTI? None at all. The pattern recognition you discuss in your latest dervish is not unlike how Carl Jung comes to identify these psychological types. Hope this week has been okay. Cheers. I mean, I think that the MBTI personality types are interesting. I think that they're fairly accurate, but I mean, anytime you try to summarize everybody into a few categories, I mean, it's always going to be overly broad, you know, like, just because, first of all, I don't think the behaviors of each category are so dramatically different from the other ones. And second of all, I don't think any two people within those categories are going to be exactly alike. So it's basically just a way to help people to kind of understand themselves a little better. I think people just love labels. People just love being able to label themselves so that they can understand themselves better, so that they can interface with the world more easily.
People just love taking fun quizzes.
That too. But I
take
think
all kinds of personality inventories.
I mean, I love
What was
taking
the one
them,
that we
but
took the
I don't
other day?
care about the results I get, really. Asha AM says, top 5, Doremi, Kodocha, Dandy, Aikatsu, and Onisama A. That's another interesting one. Yeah, Kodocha on a top 5. I'm happy to see that.
Aikatsu.
I need to watch the original Aikatsu.
Same.
We fucking saw some of the EDs come up in some of the ED videos we were watching recently.
They're so cute.
Mega interesting.
So sugary.
A Dolion with a $1 donation, and Anathemi Badesu, who says top 5 Tatami Galaxy, Ping Pong, Sangatsu no Lion, Monogatari series, and Flip Flappers. Looks like a pretty big fan of just artsy visuals in general in modern anime. Gotta watch some classics though. Not that I should assume you haven't seen any. Alyssa Swain says top 10 favorite horror movies. I honestly just don't like horror movies. I can't think of one horror movie I particularly like. Can you?
Eraserhead.
If you count Eraserhead as a horror movie, I enjoy it. I wouldn't think of it as one.
Me neither. Hellraiser.
Ash Vampire's top 5: Lane, Monogat's, E7, Spice Wolf, and Canon 2006. Interesting. Canon, huh? Not a fan of the Clannad, but the Canon. Don't see that so much. Butthole Weeb with another $20. For me, Ghostic is the best, of course. Rakudai is in there because it's a book I passed around with friends in 2014. Nostalgia on screen. Love Live personally connected with me in 2016 when I thought anime became garbage. Well, I think it's funny that Love Live convinced you anime wasn't garbage. Considering I put it as one of my 4 horsemen of the anime apocalypse. Also, it's funny to me to think of being nostalgic about 2014, but I guess if you're young, then...
Stop. Make it stop.
Well, we with another $5. Prince of Tennis is the anime that grew up with me. Seen every single episode. Gurren Lagann needs no intro, of course, but those 5 mean the freaking world. I'm glad to hear it, man. Always like to see when somebody's favorites are, like, really important to them, you know?
That's how it should be.
Yeah, that's what makes them favorites. Sid Fearson says, recommend me some sick math rock songs, fam. I mean, I don't know how much you've already heard. The main math, like... I'm not really somebody who ever, like, knows everything in a genre. I tend to have, like, 2 or 3 bands from a genre that I'm a fan of. But, the band Toe, T-O-E, is one of the more, beloved Japanese math rock bands that I've been listening to since way the fuck back. And their album For Long Tomorrow is really great. Ling Toshite Sugure is kind of math rock. You probably know them from the first... Psychopaths OP. I like them.
Y'all gotta listen to some Velt Punch.
Velt Punch? I wouldn't call that math rock.
They have math rock songs.
Oh, do they?
They do. Very mathy.
I didn't know you
especially
knew more
their
of their
newer
music.
stuff. Yes, I do.
Oh shit, I wrote this on the back of the other
You
one.
fucking fucker.
How did I do that? Alright, Belltoad. Did you got any recommendations for anime appropriate for kids? I sponsor an anime club and I'm running low on stuff to watch. I mean, frankly, you can easily Google that and find all kinds of stuff, but I'm thinking like Bottle Fairy, appropriate for kids. I'm looking around. I mean, I guess any magical girl show would be child appropriate. Precure, Cardcaptor Sakura, you know, most cute girls shows are probably appropriate for kids too. I mean, they're not usually like racy or anything. Yeah, I would say pretty much any magical girl show. There's also tons of shows that are just made for kids, and Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know exactly what you're looking for.
Pokemon
I don't know if you're
Sun
just
and
looking for it to be child appropriate or if you also want it to be like really good.
Just show them Totoro over and over again.
Yeah, Ghibli
and
movies
Ponyo.
obviously are a good choice. Alright, Martin Soarn with €6 says, Kare Kano, Utena, Kill La Kill, Nisei Monogatari, Rakugo Shinju, probably Sangatsu no Lion once the anime's over, low-key Shaft's best work. Not even low-key. high key Shaft's best work. Adalon with $5 says, May, what canon warrior clan do you identify with most? Mine was Wind Clan.
You know, I was also a real big Wind Clan fuckboy back as a kid. I tried picking up some of the books again, and I have to say Shadow Clan now that I'm a little bit older, but Wind Clan and Shadow Clan are the best. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
I don't even know anything
Shadow
about
Clan
it.
just always
I just know
bounces
that anything
back.
called
They
Shadow Clan.
back. So much bad shit happens to them, but they still have the strongest, baddest warriors.
Incredible.
And they eat fucking lizards. It's badass.
Mr. Mann asks, have you finally gotten around to reading all those Hunter Thompson and Albert Camus novels? Come on now, you know I haven't. Like, when would I have had time? Like, think about it. Like, how many videos have I put out this month? You know I haven't done shit else. Alyssa Swain says, thoughts on DC Comics? Think YG3 gone downhill? I have no idea what YJ3 rather is. I have not read any DC comics since like early New 52, which is the one period of time that I ever took any interest in comics. Because I was like, oh, they rebooted everything. Now I can actually read it and understand it. And then I started reading, and my favorite was Batwoman. And I was like, oh, Batwoman's fucking sick. And I kept trying to talk about it with people, and nobody was reading it. Not a damn person. Everybody was like, what's Batwoman? Batman is cool. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Batman. So, yeah, I don't know anything about DC Comics. Except for Batwoman. Which is dank. And I would recommend it.
Dankaroni.
Nathan Jesnocha, what are your top 5 KyoAni shows? Ooh, well, obviously K-On! Is number 1. K-On!, Lucky Star, Haruhi. I like Tamako Market and Hibike Euphonium. Full Metal Panic, Fumofu. Is there anything I'm missing? Oh, Dragon Maid. So, yeah, I would say it would probably go K-On!, then might even be K-On!, then Dragon Maid, then Lucky Star, then Haruhi, then I'm not sure between, because we just started rewatching Fumofu and it's been pretty great. I haven't rewatched Tamako Market since the first time I saw it. Koe no Katachi is good. I wouldn't put it in my top 5 though. So that's probably a safe answer. But yeah, all the ones that I love, I really, really love. It's like there's only 2 flavors of KyoAni shows: ones I don't care about at all, and ones that I absolutely would fucking throw down for. Isn't Gundam Build Fighters for kids like high tier Digimon / Beyblade basically? Yeah, pretty much. Build Fighters. I think I'll talk about this a little bit because this fascinates me, and I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but maybe I could. This is like one of those pieces of knowledge that would be an interesting video, except that there's nothing to say about it other than what I'm about to say. But the Gundam franchise took a really interesting direction over the last like decade and some change, because historically, back when it started and through the 80s, it was driven by the Universal Century original timeline that Tomino created. So, you know, you had original Gundam, Zeta Gundam, Double Zeta, and then he started making ones that were set in like really different times, or like didn't feature the same characters, you know. Basically got sick of it and left. So then they kind of split the series into, they would do the Universal Century stuff as like OVAs that are really high quality, and then they would do these alt universe shows, the AU Gundam, on the side. But like AU Gundam continually got more and more like aimed at teens, I think, whereas original Gundam was more adult. And so I think they were kind of trying to make it so the OVAs and movies were like the more serious, more adult dramas, and then the alternate universe stuff was like teenage or younger. But the problem with it is that they kept trying to make the shows for younger people and like make pacifistic main characters, and in order to do that they had to make it so these main characters were somehow able to always defeat enemies without killing them, and it's really corny and stupid, and it makes the shows bad. And this was a really big problem in Gundam Seed, and then it became an even bigger problem in the later part of Gundam Age, which was the one that's like very kiddie looking, like the aesthetic of it looks like it's made for kids. But it still tries to be a war story while still having these cheesy, child-friendly properties to it. So it seemed like finally what happened was that they created the idea of Gundam Build Fighters to be this way to have a Gundam for kids. I swear to God, it waits till I'm on a fucking tangent. Yes. It waits until I'm talking about... Maybe it's...
click my screen.
Maybe it is, in fact, me talking at length that causes the problem or something.
I don't think so.
It's so obnoxious. Anyway, what I was saying is that, you know, Build Fighters makes sense as a story because it doesn't have to be about violence. And meanwhile, so like they've continually made like the TV anime that they make are all either like Build Fighters, which is aimed at kids, or the occasional AU show that's aimed at teenagers, like Iron Blooded Orphans, which is like very teenage, edgy kind of show. Even if it is more of a serious war story. But, like, the movies are all still Universal Century, and they're all, like, really beautifully made, and they all, like, super appeal to the original fan base. I honestly think that it's, like, the smartest way I've ever seen a franchise handled. Like, I think Gundam is probably... It was mishandled plenty of times throughout its history, but I think it's probably in the best way that it's been for the last, like, decade or so. You know, with Gundam Unicorn movies and the Gundam The Origin movies. And, you know, adult viewers are more patient, so it's...
grew to level 13.
It's like they can handle just getting, like, one movie a year as opposed to having it be a ongoing TV show.
No, she's a little less shit.
Okay, Sandalwook RK is asking, what are we raffling this stream? Let me tell you. Assuming people are even back. We are raffling... some kind of article of clothing. I guess we'll let the winner give a suggestion of what they'd like it to be. Probably a shirt. But, we just have this little graphic of the Ekans cock and balls that May drew that I accidentally printed onto a piece of,
It should go on a pocket shirt. I think that would look coolest.
That might look the coolest. I mean, I just don't know if somebody will wear an Ekans cock and balls shirt.
Well, you can put the cock and the balls in the pocket.
We'll leave it up to them how they want it to be.
And have Ekans, like, sticking out of it, you know.
But yeah, we're going to raffle off some kind of article of clothing with the Ekans cock and balls on it. Sid Fierson, Char Aznable made me gay. Understandable, good sir. Char Aznable, the OG lolicon. Butthole Weeb with the other half of his top 10, which includes... Anohana, Kyoso Giga, Relife, and Kanketsuhen. Apologies for all of the interruptions. My computer sounds like it's eating an ass whole.
Not just eating ass. It's going for the whole.
No, eating a whole ass.
Yeah. The whole thing. Anyway,
I think that probably died before I read Black Blade's super chat, which ironically says audio in it. His top 5 being Kata no Kyokai, Monogatari, F3 Gatsu, and Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. And he also asked, what's the best UC Gundam in my opinion? His favorite being Zeta. I have honestly not seen that much UC Gundam. I've only seen like the first 10 episodes of Zeta, if that. But I do love the original film trilogy. I love 0080 War in the Pocket, and what I've seen of Unicorn. So any of those would be my answer. Another $1 from Haysayer. Someone said if they win, they want it to be on underwear. This is my first time watching one of these live. Does the audio thing usually happen this much? Yeah, pretty much. We don't really know.
Why does it happen?
I mean, this used to happen during the I Am Game streams too. I think it's just because of the fact that this is like a high power microphone, and Streamlabs just crashes trying to do it, and I guess, I don't know if it's the computer overloading, trying to stream and run the game and do the mic at the same time, or what. And power the controller. I have no fucking idea. It probably is easier to use a shittier mic, honestly. Like some shitty USB mic probably causes fewer problems, but... Pajaraco, once again, these professional streamers sure have a lot of trouble with streaming. Naranagi says, Ari Freita already got kind of boring. The second episode blew the steam right out of the hate train. Yeah, I mean, episode 2 was not nearly as hilarious as episode 1. It was just kind of like, whatever. It was so straightforward. Like, I think something being awesomely bad usually comes from trying to do something overly ambitious and not being able to deliver on it. Episode 1, I think, was overly ambitious, and episode 2 wasn't, and that's kind of the disconnect. I'm still going to keep watching just to see if it, you know, returns to the way it was. But, you know, I'm not going to try to force myself to talk about parts of it that aren't interesting. I definitely think it's worth talking about the light novel, though, just to be like... just to kind of break down how shit light novel writing really is. And every comment is just going to be, well, you're reading a translation. It's not the same prose as the original.
What prose?
Butthole Weave with the $2 says, hey, my last 10 to 6 didn't hear your comment. Oh, I guess the audio was already broken that far back.
Probably.
He said, Anohana, Kyoso Giga, Re-Life, and Kankatsuhen, Nodame Cantabile, and Space Patrol Luluko are his faves out of 700 anime. There you go. I read it. I read the thing. Cozy with $5 saying, I'm an anime noob, but validate my top 5. Totoro, Eva, Nichijou, Kill Me Baby, and Bigata HK. Once I finish Cardcaptor Sakura, it will probably be in there. Interesting. Interesting. Kill Me Baby!
What is that?
Remember that one ED where the 2 girls were dancing that I almost put on my ED's thing? That one.
Okay.
It's a comedy show about these 2 girls who, like, I think one of them's an assassin, and she's supposed to kill the other one. The other one's just, like, retarded. I don't really remember. I only watched the first episode.
I see.
But it has a really, like, over-the-top OP that's like, cue to me, baby!
That's annoying.
And that's what sticks out in my mind the most. Oh, it's very annoying, but it's entertaining. Did you watch Bigata HK?
I've just seen Monkey's video on it. TVH.
It's not bad. I like it. Z-Crust says, enough of this weak weeaboo wimp talk. Let's do top 5 games. Metroid Prime, Bloodborne, Super Mario Galaxy, Hollow Knight, and of course Kirby 64. Solid top 5. Metroid Prime and Bloodborne would both very likely be in mine too.
Guys got similar taste. In cock.
Speaking of Ari Freita, can you read the back of the naked girl page? Oh my god.
You should also show off what we're gonna raffle, since I'm sure your audio is cut out.
We were raffling this picture of an Ekans cock and balls printed onto something of the winner's choice, I guess. Up to, you know, within a certain margin of possibility. Alright, let's find that fucking naked girl page. See what it says on the other side. Gotta take it on the other side. God damn it, I can't find it. There's so many goddamn naked girl pages in this book.
Nate is here.
Nate, what's he doing here?
Said Plastic One-san is greater than Kill Me Baby.
I agree. Plastic One-san is fucking great. Plastic One-san. Did I show you Plastic One-san?
No.
It's like a bunch of 2.5-minute episodes, and like there's a video of just the whole show in like 30 minutes on YouTube. It's pretty fucking hilarious. I think I might have showed it to you, you just don't remember, but I could be wrong. We could have been really high also. We watched a lot of random shit in the era of the getting really high.
That's pretty much all we did.
Yeah. Here we go. Fucking finally. Alright, let me fucking read these super chats I missed while I was trying to find the naked girl page. Oh, it's just Butthole
just
Weeb once
one.
again. It says, I came in my Minami Kotaro Dakimakura last night. Okay. I don't even know who that is. Alright. So, this is the naked girl page in question. I've been asked to read what is on the other side of it. Let's find out!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
This is just continuing a sentence that's cut off on the previous page. His entire reservoir of mana had clearly exhausted him greatly. With a trembling hand, he tried to pull out a vial of ambrosia, but before he could, the girl put her hand over his and grabbed it. God, I can't read. Her small, slender, and frail hand trembled as it entwined with his own. He gave her a sidelong glance and realized she was looking right at him. Though her face was expressionless, a wealth of emotions dwelled within her crimson eyes. In a small and trembling but powerful voice, the girl conveyed her feelings. Thank you. Hajime wasn't sure he could ever express the emotion he felt at those words. He just knew that the heart he thought he'd discarded began glowing with a faint but resolute light. The heart he thought he'd discarded. He sat there quietly, his hand in hers. He wondered how long she must have been trapped there, suffering. As far as Hajime knew, the vampires had gone extinct hundreds of years ago. At the very least, that was what had been written in the history books he had read in the Royal Library. Even when she had been talking to him earlier, her face had remained expressionless, which meant that she had at least spent a long enough time in this solitary dark cell to forget how perhaps that you don't always go insane just because you get betrayed by somebody. I don't know if that's how this author just feels. The thing that trips me out about this book all the time is that it's not first person. It's written in third person, and like it doesn't like if it's something the character's thinking, then he says so. He says Hajime thought this. So there's lots of parts where it just seems like the author is just offering his 2 cents on the story, such as it's like a miracle she didn't go insane. Perhaps that had been due to her healing factor, but if that really were the case, that meant she had been tortured for centuries by her own abilities, unable to even sink into the release of madness. What the fuck are you talking? Guess drinking the potion can wait, Hajime thought to himself with a wry smile. And that's the end of that part. That actually sounds like something I would come up with. The being, like, having an auto-healing for your mind so that you can never go insane because your mind is constantly auto-healing itself. Like some kind of weird, psychiatric drug power internally. I can dig that. Alright. Butthole Weeb with $2 says, best love live girl, how dare you, Digi T-boy. I guess he's referring to the Dakimakura he mentioned earlier.
Inside of.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Simon Midkiff with $2 says their top 5 games are Wind Waker, Dark Souls 1, Splatoon 2, Breath of the Wild, and Pokemon Black and White 2. Another solid fucking top 5. I would definitely think Wind Waker, Dark Souls 1. Splatoon 2 I fucking loved a lot more than I expected to. I bought that pretty much just because you were like, well, shouldn't we get it? And I was like, I guess.
And we did. And
I ended up really liking it. Especially because just of how fucking powerful the Switch's Wi-Fi is. The Switch has the best Wi-Fi antenna of all time. Alright, Boba Bickle says, just finished Dervish 7. Pretty good. More monies for you. Thank you. Even though you're already like a massive patron and you bought 2 of my shirt.
Whoa. Wow.
The second one by way of winning the raffle before. Eye-opening Arc says, are you Team Chaos or Team Chaos? I guess Team Chaos. I think he might have meant Team Chaos or Team Order for the Splatoon Splatfest. Is that this weekend?
Is it the last one?
Yeah, I might have to jump into that if that's this weekend. But I would definitely be Team Chaos.
Hell yeah,
obviously.
Of course.
No fucking way would I be
Digiman.
Team Order. Will the Dill says, I work at Subway. What do you eat at Subway? Oh god. I mean, I pretty much only get the meatball sub because everything else is fucking terrible. But if you go to a good sub place, such as Firehouse subs, I get the New York Steamer or the fucking what's the other one I like? The goopy ass cheese. The fire ladder, fire something. Some kind of fire themed. And if you go to fucking Jersey Mike's, I get that fucking Big Kahuna cheesesteak, which is the shit. So yeah, I don't go to a fucking Subway, because I got Jersey Mike's and Firehouse subs. Tazzle says, for €5, glad to see Unico Ayana return to the Big Gay in Given, since she left Flea Fla midway. Would love to see an original IP from her, though. No fucking idea what you're talking about. Is that a director? Who left? I didn't know somebody important had left Flip Flappers midway. That's interesting. Idolion with $2 says, please do a live reading / reaction of Ari Ferreira. I very well might. I mean, I've floated the idea. Best Guy Ever says, if you are Team Chaos, I will personally pile drive you into a cement sandwich. I knew you would say that. I knew you would be Team Order.
Of course, it's Nate.
Not because of the Order, but because he likes that girl. And they fucking, okay. I recognized what they were doing immediately. Because, when I saw that it was Team Order versus Team Chaos, I was like, who the fuck would pick Team Order, right? But the way they did it was they took the more popular girl and made her the Team Order spokesperson. Mm-hmm. And, like, they really kind of laid into having her, like, come off as, like, the better argued of the two. Like, they really wanted to convince you to have a reason to pick Team Order.
Of course.
You know? So, that's the only reason I can imagine that anybody would pick Team Order. Because what kind of fucking lame ass wants to be Order? Other than Nate, who actually probably unironically would have picked Team Order anyways.
Alright, Butthole Weeb asked if I can go through my team, so I'll go through my team real quick. I am currently grinding up some of my guys to take on the gym leader. I actually should go to the gym and beat the underlings, but here's my team. I got Zawardo, the Hoot Hoot, pretty good.
Well, let me do this with Super Chat real quick. Cozy with $2 asked, what made you drop Nobody's Boy Remy in one episode? There's a lot of shows that I watched the first episode and thought was good, and then I just marked it as dropped because I didn't think I'd get around to it again. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't consider those, like, sincere drops necessarily, because maybe one day I'll watch it. But, yeah, I just didn't think I'd end up watching it, basically. But it was a great first episode. Anywho. Continue.
Oh, okay. I gave Hoot Hoot Roost, which was the TM from the last gym. It's a self-healing move. Hoot Hoot's probably going to be a staple on my team until they die. Then we got Geo Boob, the Geo Dude. Gonna use them in the gym. We got Squirtle, the Totodile. Pretty good. We got Do Nation, the Zubat, level 13. Training it up for the gym. We got Dude Hole, the Sentret. And then we got Boba 3, the Ghastly. And I'm gonna go take on the gym underlings right now.
Excellent. I love this fucking color aesthetic of this area.
Yeah, the afternoon is super pretty. Oh, he has some berries.
Best Guy Ever says, who's gonna join for La Goblina Pearl? She is a little bit of a she's a bit of a La Goblina. Oh boy. Have you read the Violet Evergarden light novels? And if so, what do you think of them compared to the anime? I have not. I have not read almost any light novels that were released in the last decade. Because
I didn't know Violet Evergarden was based off of a light novel.
Almost every KyoAni show is, because they run a light novel contest, and basically whoever wins, they adapt their show. So
I never thought about it. It just like doesn't seem like something that, I mean, when I think about it, it's like, yeah, this obviously was a book. That's why it's so fucking boring. Oh my god, rip.
Hey, did you, bro? Have you tried any animations from France? If so, what are your favorite ones or ones you'd recommend? I have not. There are some that are interesting looking, but Oh my gosh, it's a fucking cool thing.
Yeah, this gym is awesome.
It's obviously the greatest.
Yeah, you get to ride on
what did you think of the other episodes of
Pokemon?
Sarazan? My first episode was amazing,
Spinnerack.
but I'm still trying to find out how I feel about the following ones. Same, dude. We watched 5 episodes, and we were just kind of like, I don't... Like, it's not that I don't get it, but that I don't get the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like... I don't know, I feel strange about it, but we like started watching episode 6, and we were just like, you know what, let's go watch something we want to watch instead. So, I don't know, it might be dropped. But I definitely was not sold on the later episodes. Butthole Weeb says, best guy ever do a best anime ever on Gosick. I highly, highly doubt. Press F to doubt.
You gotta suck his dick harder. You gotta give him the super chats if you want that to happen.
Even that would not make that happen. Winter Wacko Reborn says, when will you bring back your Digi versus everyone Discord? I don't know. Like, the problem with Digivro versus everybody is that I really wanted it to be a sincere argument stream. Like, the point of it was to bring on people who have a real disagreement with me and really argue with them. And what it mostly ended up being was just fans who wanted a chance to talk to me. And that's not really...
Or weirdly having Turkey Tom on to
Well, that was what I wanted.
him.
I wanted something like that. Like, I wanted people who were talking shit about me, people who have, like, really different worldviews, or people who, like, have been upset by something that I've repeatedly said. But instead it was mostly, like, people just, like, making up a reason to have an argument with me, having a platform to shit fling with me, you know? Idolion says, everybody watch Wakfu, some good French anime.
Wakfu.
It does have really impressive animation, if the GIFs online have told me anything. Butthole Weave gives $2 and says, you guys are in denial, Gosick is better than Ava. That's gonna be a big... what's the word? What is a chief? What do you say to chief? What is the big thing you say to chief? Oof? A big oof from me, chief? A big... That's not the one I want, though. That's gonna be a big...
That ain't it.
This ain't it, chief. No, that's not... We'll just say it's a hell of a nope.
Yikes.
Yikes, that's what I wanted. Big yikes from me, chief.
Oh, boy.
Watch Motherfuckers by Studio 4C.
We want to.
Yeah, we were going to watch it for the big list, but I couldn't find a download of it at the time.
I think G-Kids licensed it.
Okay, Chibi Spidey, you are absolutely wrong by saying that in my Psychopath review I approve of the Sybil system. That was not the message I was sending at all. I have a video that I did a couple years later called clarifying something I said in my Psychopath video 2 years ago or something like that on the After Dark channel. I in no way approve of the Sybil system. That is not what my argument was. My point was that in the context of the show, the people living within the system would think it was better than not having the system because it has fixed all these problems with society. And I was trying to say that it would not be effective to just throw out the system entirely, because that would just be to regress instead of to find a way to make things better than what the system has made it. But I don't think that the system is righteous in and of itself, and I certainly wouldn't want to live in its society. Best guy ever says, I just googled that Gosick anime. That's a big Gomen Nasai from me. Yeah, that's gonna be a major Gomen Nasai. Yeah, we're looking at a big Gomen over here.
Oh boy.
I'm curious if Butthole Weeb has read the light novel of Gosick. I was gonna say that with the plural, but I remember they only released one over here. Because I do have the light novel, the first one.
I'm surely he's read the light novel.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of fan he is.
It's a Butthole Weave.
But wouldn't you eventually have to throw out the system to achieve a truly righteous society? I mean, there's a difference between throwing it out and like just throwing it out and, you know, transitioning from that to another thing that's better once you've, like, my point was basically that in a lot of these cyberpunk shows, like, it's all just about taking down the system, and there's never like an answer for what happens next. It's always just like, oh, the system is evil, so let's just destroy it. And it's like, okay, but the entire society is built on that system. If you just destroy it, what does that mean for society? Like, are we meant to assume that people are going to build something better afterwards, or that they're not just going to build the same system again? And, like, what's great about the ending of Psycho-Pass is that Akane kind of says, like, hey, I don't think that this is correct, but I'm not going to just destroy the system because, you know, it's still the most effective thing we've come up with to date. I just think I'm going to work within the system to find a better way, you know? And I think that's just a more, like, mature ending. Z Crust says, what a Gosick and why it good? Gosick's like a murder mystery, like, Holmesian style story. The main character is this cute little lolly. I won't say she's a goth lolly, but she's like in the vein of a goth, like a Victorian lolly who is like a genius, and she hangs out in a library, like a giant library, and gets called in to solve mysteries. And then she's got this boy who's the main protagonist, Kun, who you know, likes her and is kind of her Watson. I don't know what kind of like overarching plot it develops after the first arc, because again, I've only read the first book, which is pretty much a traditional murder mystery style book. It's pretty alright. Butthole Weeb gives $5 and says, of course I've read the novels and manga, just gotta read the Japanese for some. A lot is translated, a lot is not. It goes further than the Bones version. I would imagine so. Tezzles with $2 says, the only good thing about Gosick is Yuki Aoi. I do love me some Yuki Aoi. I think my biggest problem with Gosick was I just didn't like the aesthetic of it that much. I didn't like the way they did the character designs and the artwork, like, compared to the light novel, which is beautiful. Sky Domain with $2 says, best guy, how often do you Huel? I like how I am now getting questions for best guy.
I couldn't imagine drinking Huel. Like, I just recently got protein powder.
This person just paid me
so bad.
$2 to ask a question to Nate, who streams every week.
Yes.
Just saying. Sky Domain, you funny.
They made the right choice, though.
They did. What's your thoughts on Borderlands? Me personally, it can enjoyable, but gets tired after a while. Or tried after.
Did you not
tried
put that
for
name
a while,
in?
rather. Which name? That's from the last one.
Oh.
Also, that's Michelle's name.
Why the fuck is that inside the pile?
It's just a pile over there of all the previous cup.
Okay, make sure you don't
This is the
accidentally
current cup.
put any of those in there.
Well, thankfully the ink is a different color, so it's pretty obvious. I have not played any Borderlands. It does not seem like my kind of game. Z-Crust with $2 says, but why should I go sick?
Good question.
You shouldn't. You should stay sick. But don't stay sick. I need some Pringle.
Stick nasty farts. Remember when sick nasty farts was your catchphrase?
I do.
That was only like a year ago.
Remember last week when I asked you if you remember when sick nasty farts was my catchphrase?
You're right, you did ask me that.
Worst Tarantino was the Nazi one, best is everything else.
Oh my god.
Hard disagree. Inglourious Bastards is like my favorite one. Though I haven't seen The Hateful Eight or Jackie Brown.
I like Inglourious Bastards more than Hateful Eight, although I like Hateful Eight a whole lot.
Am I friends with Anthony Fantano? No. I am, you know, associates, I guess. On some level.
Acquaintances.
Acquaintances. Okay.
You've shared tongues. As the warrior cats would say.
That's gross. Sid
The
Pearson
cats, they lick each other.
with $5 says, "Yo, Digi, could you ask Nate to ask Tom to ask Munchie to ask Jess to ask Victor how Cider's doing?"
Incredible.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure he just sent us Australian dollars. Why don't you go there yourself?
Yeah, just drive to his house. He lives in Tukatuka.
Is that a real place?
Probably.
Okay, just making sure.
Butthole Weeb says, "You guys are retarded if you have read all of Gosick and don't think it was perfectly adapted. The rest of the books are important. No more anime."
How much reading is there?
Well, again, I've only read the first book.
How many books are there?
It's a light novel series, so I'm gonna assume
Like 10?
infinity. No, 10. Come on, that's like the first year of a light novel run. You know, most of them publish like 2 to 4 times a year.
Yeah, I know.
Katsuhiro Otomo has announced a new anime series based on his original Akira. I'm aware they're gonna fucking make Sunrise is gonna make an anime. Honestly, kind of excited. I'm sure it won't live up to the movie in most aspects, but if they tell the full story of the manga and they do it and it looks good and is good, then it could be great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Nathan Jesnoka says, "Your top anime of Pride Month list inspired me to bite the bullet and download Utena, and I am enjoying it so far."
Excellent.
Great. If you're enjoying it right off the bat, you're in for a good time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are like, I started watching Utena, and when does it get good? And it's just like, just don't bother. Like,
Just
don't
stop.
even...
You don't get it.
You're not gonna have a good time. Hey Sayer with $2 says, "Which anime girl bathwater would you drink?"
All of them. I want a cocktail of all the Monogatari girls.
Drinking bathwater sounds disgusting, TBH. Eidolon with $2 says, "I forgot about sharing tongues. I am ascending." I'm sorry, I've probably said your name wrong every single time. I think it's Eidolion. Eidolion? Something like that.
It's a warrior cat name, so it's gonna be Edio Leon.
It's Edo.
No, it's Edio.
E-I-D-O.
No way.
L-E-O-N. Cozy with $2 says,
no
"Do you
idea what
like
it is."
classic Japanese films? Try Pitfall 1962. Can't say I've seen many classic Japanese films, but I feel like if there's any realm, like, I'm always thinking about how I need to get into more media outside of anime and manga, just to, you know, broaden my horizons, and I think that the smartest way for me to go would be to watch more like Japanese cinema, just because it has more of an effect on anime and more similarities to it. Unlike, I think the last episode of Digibro versus Everybody, there was this one guy who had called in to like argue how I should watch more live action films because of their influence on anime. And like not long after that, me and Tom were doing the Toku cast, and I found this movie. What the fuck was the name of the movie? It wasn't Hokkaido, was it? Was it Hokkaido? Was it related to Kikkaider?
Was that the one that you watched with him?
Yeah, I think it was called Hokkaido. And it was very clearly an influence on Hellsing and some other stuff. And I made a video about that. I don't know if you guys watched that video, but it was really good, in my opinion. One of my better short videos. I love doing really short videos. But they don't tend to have much traction. But yeah, it made me feel like, oh, I should watch more Japanese movies. I also feel like at some point the two of us are going to go down some kind of Korea hole. Because you're a big Korea
I'm a
weeb.
Koreaphile. I'm sorry.
And like Korean cinema is like, you know, one of the more renowned cinemas that there is. And there's a bunch of Korean movies I think you'd love. I think you'd fucking love The Host and Old Boy, which I have seen both of, and they are great. Will the Dill says, opinion on the Corridor and Corridor Crew channels. Never seen them.
Nani?
I've heard of Corridor Digital, I think, but I've never watched it.
Oh boy, so much fucking grinding!
If you want to know what YouTube videos I watch, you just gotta go to my subscriptions tab, because all I watch is my subscriptions.
At the very least, I would like to get, bless you, to get Zubat up to level 17 for the gym battle, so it will have wing attack, which will be very useful against some of the boys that we're going to be facing.
Sid Fierson says, any plans to include songs in the care packs? Maybe. I was doing that for the first few.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, haven't you done that before?
Yeah, the first few had songs in them, and then I just basically started mixing it up, because, like, I kind of look at whatever people seem to be reacting to the most from what I put in them. So, like, everybody loves the vlog, so I always do the vlog. I usually do a Let's Play and a movie commentary, just because I think those are, like, very related to the kind of content I already do, so it's not too much of, like, a weird jump. And then sometimes I put in a song. Sometimes I just put in, like, weird videos that I had created and didn't release. That checkmark. Is he a mod? Did I mod him?
No, he's verified.
Oh.
Yeah, he said that you should also get verified
That's
on like
right.
a PCP or something.
And he said I could get a silver play button. And he also said I should pay him the probably like $100 or so I owe him for all the Shield Hero videos that I still haven't paid him.
No, you gotta do it.
Keep forgetting. Sorry about that. Butthole Lead with another $2. Ghost Stick Novels goes original red, blue, pink, green. No fucking idea what kind of code speak.
Is that how many series there are, or books?
Oh, original red, blue, pink, green. I think those are the books. Are they just named after colors? I have no idea.
I see.
Winter Wacko Reborn with $2 Canadian says, are you gonna do a vid talking about the Warriors book series? I assume that question's for you,
yes.
since I don't know
Yes, I am.
anything about Warriors. Are you definitely committing to doing a Warriors video?
Yes, I have to either get the books from my house or just buy the box set, because you can buy them for like $20.
Little Wee Bit $2 says, also Ghost Sick New Continent is a great novel.
I thought I was gonna go back home in July for a wedding, but that ended up not happening, so the wedding did happen, I just didn't go back home, but I want to go back home and grab the books, because I have them all. So it'd be I feel like it's kind of a waste to get like a reprint of the books, because like I have a lot of them hardcover anyways.
Dash and Scan asks, y'all finished Little Witch Academia? Nope.
Oh god, I forgot.
Y'all would know. If I finished any shows, y'all would know. First of all, it would be marked on my anime list. Second of all, I would probably have done a video about it. And third of all, if I hadn't done a video about it, I would have talked about it on the 2 weeks review. And even if you don't pay for the 2 weeks review, you can at least see the titles, which list all the things I talk about on the Patreon. There's no way that you wouldn't know. Unless you weren't even trying. Which you're probably not. Have you seen Heidi of the Alps? I have not. Y'all, my mal is listed in the description of every video I do. Just saying.
Ask him more questions about what anime he hasn't seen.
Are there any animes about the Yakuza? There are plenty, I think. It depends on what aspect of the Yakuza you're asking about. Like Kaiji or Akagi deal entirely with Yakuza gambling. If you just want like Yakuza beating the shit out of people, there's a fucking Tokyo Tribe, which is fucking insane. There's lots of stuff that uses Yakuza as like a backdrop or like for comedy, like GTO or something, where the main character is former Yakuza. But yeah, there's Techno Lies on some level. Could be considered to be about the Yakuza.
Someone on Route 31 is a berry, and I need to go grab. I forgot about that.
I would say, like, if you're just asking for, like, Yakuza violence and shit, Tokyo Tribe is probably a close bet.
Let us backtrack.
Have you seen Legend of the Overfiend? Yes, I love it. I fucking love Urotsuki Doji.
It's so good.
I believe I gave it a 10 out of 10.
I hope they screen it at Otakon so I
They
can
very
fucking
well
watch
might.
it.
But I'll leave with another $2. Oh, I know a question. Have you guys seen Ghostsick? I hope you all will think of how much money Butthole Weeb has given to the cause of trying to promote Ghostsick, and consider
He's dedicated.
maybe watching Ghostsick if you haven't already, because it's already an extremely popular show that most people have probably seen. Fatteries says, with Canadian $5, Digi, how much of a premium do I have to pay for 1 cup of your sick nasty farts? Sorry, May, I'm sure yours rivals his, but I can only huff so much. Oh, I don't know if I can just jar my sick nasty farts. They might dissolve through the walls of the
Oh no.
container.
You gotta put it in a lead bottle. Disgusting.
My farts aren't that bad, honestly.
Disgusting.
They're like mildly bad. Like normal amount
Says
of bad.
you. I'm joking.
Did we already beat the gym?
No, I have to level up my Pokemon. I'm just backtracking to get some kind of berry somebody has alerted me to.
Oh, we never mentioned the fact that we had randomized the time of day in the game.
Oh yeah.
We started at 4 p.m.
Yeah, today we randomized it and we got 16, so we set the clock back to 12. So in the game it says it's 5:40 now.
As it does on my computer screen.
It's just it's an interesting way to prevent too many Zubats and too many Hoot Hoots.
Even though you have a Hoot Hoot and a Zubat.
Yes, but I could have only Hoot Hoots and only Zubats.
Hey, Digi, how are things? For me, pretty good. Worldwide, not so great. Is that a custom Pantsu Party tank top?
Oh yeah, you like my shirt? It says Pantsu Party, and on the back, wait, I should show the back. I don't know if you can see it?
I might have to straighten it out.
I
It's
drew
Mew.
a Mew on it. I made one for him too that has a Mewtwo.
Sky Domain with $5 says, what are the most defining differences between Korean and Japanese cultural exports? Honestly, I would say they're just very different in general. Like, their cultures are completely different, and it comes through in the media. Like, granted, I haven't seen like tons and tons of Korean shit. A lot of the Korean movies that are really famous and like get spread outside the country are like revenge movies, because Korea has like a very revenge-driven culture. There's just the whole way of life and personality of their country is just very different. Very image-focused. They freak out if you try to take pictures of them.
Yes.
Very like reputation driven.
They have a very different sense of values.
Yeah.
And they have different national conflicts and different things like that they have to deal with, so their cultures are very different. Whereas Japan is like super collectivistic, Korea is like super capitalistic. So it's very interesting to see like those kind of
It's
differences.
also like an entire country that is one city. Like the metropolis just goes like all the way across.
I guess, yeah.
Butthole Weeb with $5 says, anyone seen Wakakozake? Terrible show, but I almost gave it a 10 out of 10 because the main girl looks like she has Down syndrome, and it's hilarious. Yeah, I have seen it. The girl does look like she has Down syndrome, I guess. The main point of the show is that it's Miyuki Sawashiro playing a girl who just goes to restaurants and eats and talks about how good it is, but she's like really pretentious about it. I thought it was enjoyable.
Relatable.
I thought Korea was obsessed with cute girls. It is. Korea is But
so is Japan.
To Michael Green saying Korea is extremely feminist, therefore blue-pilled. I don't know where you got that information from. Would you consider Korea feminist? It's a country
I think
where, like,
they have a different understanding of what feminism is.
Like, every woman is, like, pressured into having plastic surgery and, like, obsessing about their appearance. I don't know if I would call that feminist.
Yeah, but I mean...
Certainly not our definition.
Plastic surgery is inherently a more feminist, like, idea. You're not gonna see cultures that, like, you know...
Yeah, but stringent body standards.
No, I agree, but I don't think...
idea.
I think it's just a different understanding of, like, what a female's role is in society. I would say, like, in certain ways they are more feminist, but, like, they also are a very superficial society in that sense.
Anime Watcher with $2 says, I finally got here. It's a blast watching these. I'm glad to hear it. Anime Watcher has been watching the VODs, but hasn't been able to get to any of the streams
When
yet.
I was in college, there were a lot of, like,
dropped
exchange students who were from Korea, and most of them were women, so it's just very interesting to see how many women, like, would go overseas to go to school as compared to men.
Weren't you talking about how one of them was, like, very relieved about the fact that American body standards were different? Because she was like...
because she had a hard time dealing with that in her home country, just because she, like, she's not fat, she's not overweight, she just, like, is thicker than most people are over there, and she has a lot of difficulty finding clothes and stuff, and she said, like, it always made her feel really uncomfortable when she'd have to put her pictures on her resume, and that, you know, she liked that the US, like, celebrated different body sizes.
They literally will have a harder time getting a job if you're fat in Korea.
Yes, and the same in Japan, because fucking
the Metabo.
Yeah, the Metabo law, which is fucking insane.
I'm totally okay with the Metabo law.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then you better fucking lose some inches, my nigga.
I owe it to society. I just gotta pay a little more. Adam Siaka says, don't forget the pshoo. Don't know what that's about.
With men, it's like over 30 inches in your waist. So it's like, it's very stringent.
I think I'm like a 34.
I mean, most
33,
people
34.
are. Like, most people do not fit the fucking...
Tobias Hansen with 20 DKKs. I don't even know what those are. Says, have you seen the newest episode of Dr. Stone? Is there one newer than the one I talked about? If so, then no. If episode 3 is out, then I have not. I'm guessing it came out today. I gotta do a today's anime video. Butthole Weed with $2 says, also great Korean anime, Yoon Sil-e, The Dearest. Never heard of it. Best guy ever says based Metabo. This entirely in kanji name that I cannot read with Canadian $2 says, thoughts on visiting Japan outside of Tokyo? I mean, I don't know if we would stay in Tokyo. There's so much to do there that, like, we possibly would, but, like, I've heard that, you know, everything's just a lot more expensive there, and there's plenty of other shit to experience. I'm not gonna try to write this whole name. I'm just gonna write it as kanji name, because I won't be able to read it anyway.
Incredible.
I don't even know if it's Chinese or Japanese. It's just a bunch of symbols.
I'm so glad in Gen 4. I'm so glad, and at the same time, it's kind of like babyfied. But that, like, if you get poisoned, your Pokemon doesn't faint. It just will stop at level, like at 1 HP on the overworld. So you don't have to, like, waste a lot of money on antidotes.
Apparently DKK are Danish kroners.
What? What does that mean? As in, like, the currency? Like, what is a DKK?
Yeah, that guy was donating DKKs. Okay. They're Danish kroners. Also, the weird noise that I was asked to make is the noise that she makes in Wakakozake. I forgot. Winter Waka Reborn with $2 Canadian says, you watch the Karl Marx anime or North Korean cartoons? I have not.
There's no North Korean cartoons, are there?
If there are, I would like
I would
to
be
know about
super
it.
interested to watch a North Korean cartoon, but I really... That's a meme, right?
I'm not gonna say anything because all I can think of is racist jokes that don't even make sense.
I got a citrus berry. You're a racist joke that doesn't even make
What's my
sense.
thoughts on Komi-san mangas? Haven't read it. Anything I'm reading is gonna be on Manga Mondays. So, you'll know what I'm reading.
Are they available to like torrent, or like will I go to prison for torrenting a North Korean anime?
Butthole Weeb has changed his name to Digi Eats Ass. And
Oh
says,
my
hey
God.
guys, it's still Beehole. She says, whoosh! I think that's how they translated it.
I see. I see.
Alright, well I'm writing that as Digi Eats Ass, and that's going in the cup.
Yo, if anybody knows any North Korean tunes, please recommend them to me, because now I'm fucking fascinated. They're on YouTube.
Hit her up on... Where should people message
So they're
you?
so not like shows, they're just like
Where should people
animation,
recommend you?
right? Just fucking do it in the chat. I'm looking at the chat.
Will you remember it though?
Scoping. Yeah, I mean, I would.
Anime Watcher says, thoughts on Super Nintendo versus Genesis. I am much more of a Super Nintendo fan from what I've played. I mean, I did not grow up with either console. Going back to play the games, like, Super Nintendo, because there's so many franchises that I'm a fan of that had, like, their origins or had installations there, I've gone back and played a bunch more. And also there's just way the hell more Super Nintendo games, it seems like. Like, Super Nintendo had a fucking massive catalog. But there's tons of Super Nintendo games I really love. Stuff like Soul Blazer or Zelda, Link to the Past, fucking Metroid, Super Metroid, one of my favorite games. Big ass poster right behind us.
Dankaroni.
So yeah, I really love the Super Nintendo. The Genesis doesn't... I haven't played enough Genesis games to find ones that I'm like super in love with. I've played a bit of Phantasy Star 4, and I do like that a whole lot, but I haven't gotten very far in it. But yeah, I just don't have that much experience with the Genesis, and I'm not a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan, which also contributes. Like, it's kind of like their flagship is Sonic, and I don't really like Sonic, so it's kind of hard for me to, like, you know, get involved. We got 10 euros from the Diggus,
The Diggus.
who says, Guten Abend, long-time viewer here, catching you on stream for the first time. What's your opinion on Kakegurui? Greetings from Germany. Kakegurui was that weird gambling show,
Yes,
right?
that you did a show with Nate about, right?
No, we did not.
Oh.
Because, okay, so after the massive success of me and Nate talking about Eromanga Sensei, I was like, we gotta find another show for the next season to talk about. And the first one that came out that everybody, like, it was the one that the most people were watching, was Kakegurui. So I was like, let's watch the first episode of this. And we both watched it, and we were both like, yeah, I have nothing to say about that, and I don't care at all. I found the aesthetic completely repulsive. I hated the personalities of the characters and just the overall tone of the show, which is very, like, just, like, edgy Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of feel. I was not into it. It just very repulsive to me. Everything about it was not my thing. Totally get why it was popular, but...
Yeah, it definitely seems like something that a lot of people would be actively searching for from anime. I've seen some pretty good cosplays of the characters, but...
Digi Eats Ass with $2
like
says,
trash.
Yunsil E. May is good. It's on Mal, the dearest. I guess I'll look it up.
See.
Nate says, yeah, pretty much. Was alright, saw where it was going. Yeah, I mean, that was... We both were just like, I don't care. Let's pass on this. And then we ended up doing Fate Apocrypha, which we thought was fucking terrible, and it pissed off a lot of Fate fanboys, and so we were just like, alright, well, fuck that. And then I watched Made in Abyss, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. Let's talk about this. But then we were kind of lukewarm on the midsection, and people were like, why are you even talking about it? You're just bitching about a good show. And I was like, alright, well, I guess you really have to have that primal fury in order to make one of these good. Or to really love it. And, like, I thought that Shield Hero was going to be I didn't expect Shield Hero to kind of go to shit so quickly, and both of us just had enough stuff going on in our lives that we were just like, fuck it. Nate says, I think we know what to do, though. We need another one to rage at long term, one day. Yeah. We just need something as perfect as... I mean, the thing about the Arrow Manga Sensei podcast is much like with the Asterisk War videos, where, like, people are always telling me, like, you should do another one like that. It's like, it was really just that it was the perfect thing at the perfect time, you know? Like, Asterisk War was just, like, the most generic thing imaginable, and so it was so easy to use it to talk about everything else. Nothing else that's generic is ever going to be like that again. You can't just always talk about everything generic. Arrow Manga Sensei was, like, perfectly aimed to piss us off. Like, anything that me and Nate particularly have a problem with came up in that show, and that was what made that particularly funny. If another target that was so obvious came up, then it would be easy to make that choice. Winter Wacko Reborn with $2 Canadian says, when you gonna watch 50s Dororo? Actually, we watched the first episode
and it was fucking amazing.
It was great, because, like, so we both read the manga in order to do the Manga Monday video, and then we were gonna return to the 2019 anime. And we started up episode 3, and we made it, like, halfway in, and we were just kind of like, this is not interesting. Like,
it was a really bad episode to watch after just finishing the manga, because it's all, like, added in dramatic backstory about the adoptive father. And
that was, like, not interesting.
Yeah.
And then we went back.
It didn't need to be told in the manga, because it doesn't fucking matter. It's not what the show is about.
So we went back and watched the first episode of the original show, and yeah, I mean, first of all, you can tell it's from the same director as Night on the Galactic Railroad, because it is very slow and foreboding and brooding, and the tone
atmosphere is incredible.
Is completely the opposite of the manga. Like, the manga is not serious ever. No. It's always just kind of, like, goofy and rollicking. The anime is, like very dark feeling, you know? Like, you feel like,
it's spoopy.
Yeah, it's kind of spooky. So it was interesting to see that, I mean, I basically, you know, as you all know, my Osamu Tezuka is an autist argument. I basically felt like the anime was just, if you took the story and removed the autism, you would get that. Like, this is how this story would be interpreted by a normal person trying to convey this same narrative, you know? Like, taking it seriously and giving it a lot of gravity and weight. Which I don't know if that makes it better, but it was well done, you know, for what it was. I'm definitely curious to consume, like, because there's not that many different versions of Dororo, I am kind of, like, I kind of want to do, like, a comparison between all of them, like, consume them all and
Isn't there, like, a movie, like a
There's a live-action movie, a video game, and the 2 anime adaptations, and that's all the different versions, I think.
They made Dororo really cute.
And there's a newer manga that I think came out, like, a couple years ago. Yeah.
By whom?
I don't know, just some artist.
It sounds wrong. I don't know if I'll like
Sky
that.
Domain with $2 says, best hair and eye color combo in anime? Ramelia Scarlet with the red eyes and purple, like, whitish purple hair. Probably my favorite.
I like dark hair with, like, yellow, ambery, orangey color eyes. Maybe, like, dark green. I also like tan skin.
Zestitcha says, I included Digibro in my 3x3 of edgelords, but he seems to dislike edgism. That's odd to me. It's that I don't like forced edginess. Like, I enjoy things that are legitimately edgy in as much as they are, like, actually dark and cutting and brutal. Like, Death Grips. I would consider that to be, like, edgy music in the sense that it's, like, actually brutal and scary and about dark themes, you know? Depending on how seriously you can take it, you might view it as just edgelord shit, but, like, I think because it really doesn't take itself too seriously, it's easier for me to appreciate. But like if I were to listen to like some metalcore band, like or like Five Finger Death Punch or something, right? Like that I would consider to be edgy in the way I don't like, where it's like, yeah, this is badass, this is dark, this is cool shit, bro, you know, and like that sort of manufactured edge I don't like. I just need it. I like edginess when it's raw and it just comes from like, you know, living that life as opposed to just calling to it, or at least making it feel like you
fucking
live that
super
life.
chat.
Yeah, I gotta get to all of them.
I just looked over and it's like, god
they
damn.
all came in suddenly. Robert Sora with 229 euros says, beautiful Kyoani vid, great work, heart. Today's raffle, oh boy, today's raffle is, we will make an article of clothing of some nature.
I suggest we make like a white shirt with a pocket.
That's, yeah, this could be on a pocket on a shirt,
Like
possibly
the ones of
in
the
the
cats.
pocket on a shirt even, but it is this Ekans Cock and Balls, which
Art
is
by yours truly.
which is one of the Pokemon we have in this game, right? Which
Yes.
Pokemon is it?
It's Ekans.
Well, what is the name of it?
Big old penis.
Big Ol' Penis. So this is Big Ol' Penis, the Ekans Cock and Balls, which May drew, and I accidentally printed onto a piece of
Transfer paper.
transfer paper. So, yeah, we'll put that on whatever you want, I guess, within reason. The Diggus with 5 euros says, by the way, the best dub of Evangelion is the German one. I'm going to just not believe anything other than the original is even worthwhile. Hayo says, with $1, just doesn't say anything, actually, just gives $1. Anime Watcher with $5 says, I introduced K-On to my girlfriend today, and we're going to binge the show in a month and a half. Excellent.
That's not binging a show. That's watching it at a healthy pace.
Yeah, I wouldn't
What
call
the
that
fuck?
binging necessarily. Binging is like, you know,
Binging is you're doing
I've
it
watched all
today.
of K-On in about
In
2
2
days, I
days.
think. So, Cozy with $2 says, do you recommend any Koji Ogata work besides BP? I'm trying to remember who Koji Ogata is. Boogie Pop Phantom. Koji Ogata isn't Koji Ogata the artist? No, maybe I'm wrong. I think it's the Boogie Pop author.
You want me to check?
I haven't read any of his other stuff, honestly. He has a couple of shorts in Faust, but I don't think anything else he's done has been published in English. So, I mean, it's possible that there's translations online, but I haven't seen any of them. Digi Eats Ass. Let's direct attention to the Let's Plays chat. He says. I think he was just trying to get attention to the chat, I guess, when I was on a spin.
I see.
Solid Boss gave us 500 Filipino pesos.
Hey.
Shout to the Philippines.
Yo, I'm so excited for dinner.
Yeah, is the smell getting to you?
I heard pesos. And I'm like, oh fuck yes.
Even though it was Filipino
It's taco
pesos and we're eating
night.
Mexican tacos.
I have a pork butt in the slow cooker and my carnitas.
I don't know
It's
how-
been cooking all day. It smells so good.
I don't know how it happened, but somehow at the last minute, I like really got the rainbow OP stuck in my head.
Oh my god.
If there's a place inside this world where hopes and dreams are not yet lost. Okay, so I guess I'll just spoil that this is coming because why not hype people up?
Right, hype train.
And
I'm
I've already
fucking
done enough of the work that it is definitely happening.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll make it happen. I'll fucking tie you to the chair and make you finish your part.
So, by the way, we got a $2 chat from Digi Eats Ass who said, no, I mean the chat should watch my playing. I guess he's doing his own live stream. And Robert Sora with 229 euros says, both of you look great today. Thank you.
Gracias.
So I'm going to be doing soon a top 100 OPs and top 60 EDs list on YouTube. I already created the list themselves. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to release each of those as their own video where it's just like a traditional top 100 OPs video where it just plays them all back to back with, you know, labels. And then I will release a series of videos talking about them, 20 at a time per video. So the OPs list will come out along with me talking about 100 down through 81. Then, you know, over the next few days, I'll release the other ones. Then I'll do the EDs the same way. Yes. And it was a fucking hella fun to put together. And we have been, like, just listening to them over and over again, both lists, because it's so...
They're so good.
Like, I fucking love those videos, but
Me
they
too.
never have OPs or EDs that I like in them. Like... the ones that people make online. It's always like waiting around for my favorites, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh yes, good taste. And then I have to wait longer. Though the channel I love the most is Yoko Elf. And that was kind of the main inspiration, which, Yoko Elf's a channel that does, like, they'll do the whole history of a studio via OPs. So, like, they'll play every OP of any show the studio's made. Or they'll do every song by a certain artist. So, like, every TM Revolution OP. And then there's just, like, ones that are, like, 100 notable OPs throughout history. All really cool. Love the channel. And watching it made me want to do my own. So I created them. And I'm going to talk about them. But one of the ones that's on the list... oh, by the way, Boba Bickle said, is $5 a month considered a lot? Depends on the context, I guess. And Spencer Franklin says, with $5, thoughts on the Dalos OVA, and will you still be at Otakon? P.S. Thanks, May, for the rainbow tweet. It made my day feel better.
I'm glad. That's why I tweeted it. Because it made me happy.
I will be at Otakon.
Hell
I
yeah.
have not seen the Dalos OVA. Nate asks, will we finally find out what is in an OP? Maybe we will. But one of the ones that I put in, because, like, in order for me to remember all the OPs, I ended up watching, like, a bunch of OP lists, just trying to, like, you know, find any ones I missed. And even though I have never seen the anime Rainbow, just hearing it on, like, a couple OPs list was enough to put it in my favorites. Because it's just this, like, just, I guess, over-the-top hardcore song, but, like, the great thing about Japan is that they have a way of taking genres that I do not like and making them good. Like all the, like, emo, metalcore, like, all that kind of shit that, like, I usually find cringeworthy. Something about the way the Japanese, like, take it and, like, formulate it and then just execute it perfectly always makes it better. Kind of like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Any American band that sounded like that, I would probably think sucked shit. But it's just the raw, like, the sheer amount of technical ability they have, and the way that they're just so over the top with the concept, with all the fucking, auto-tune vocoders shit, and, like, the, like, super high-pitched keyboards, just makes it work. But the Rainbow OP is this fucking amazing hardcore song. It's like, if there's a place inside this world where hopes and dreams are not yet lost, we'll stand and climb against these walls. It's awesome. Digi Eats Ass with $5 says, if Gosick Destin Histoire isn't on the list, I swear I'll come to your house and make you admit that eating beehole is mealy as feck.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh my god. Anime Watcher with $2 says, which PCP member would you watch a live stream of?
Devu.
Instantly.
I just want Devu content.
Dude, Devu came back to the chat.
Whoa!
I don't know what that means, but he's...
Oh my god.
I've heard from him again.
Oh my god.
So... Again, I don't know what that means, so I'm just letting you know.
It just
he
means
still
that
exists.
he's there.
He is still alive. I won't say anything more because
he's single and ready to mingle.
I don't know. I don't think he's single, but Winter Wacko Reborn with $2 Canadian says, see your Twitter sent you ep of anime from True Korea.
Fuck yes, thank you. I will watch that while I'm eating dinner.
Did you eat
and
ass
think
with
about the
$2
Koreans who can't eat
also,
dinner.
Solid Boss, that real life profile pic. I see you.
Real life.
Question, Butthole Weeb, where do you get this money? Like, where does the money to super chat me this much come from? And I know you super chat all kinds of live streams and podcasts and shit. Is it just all you spend your money on, other than booze? Like, where does it come from? I gotta know. Anyway, as for who would I watch a live stream of, I mean, I've tuned into a bunch of them, but Jesse's live streams are my favorite. I will actually watch a Jesse. Jesse's probably the only live streamer I have actually watched for a like amount of time greater than 5 minutes. I've never really tuned into any of Nate's, so his could be good too.
I've seen the compilations.
Yes, the compilations are good. He says, I have a government job, Daddy. Money in spades. Well, that explains it. Government job. This man works for the government.
Oh,
Butthole Weave works for the government. I mean, he might just...
Thank you.
I don't know what kind of... That entails a lot of things,
oh
but...
Oh my god. That's beautiful.
I'm glad.
I'm glad we live in this country.
Oh, boy. Aiden's Angel says, I have to sleep now. It's 3 o'clock in my country. Good night, my fellow anime bros. No problem. I'll be up well past 3 o'clock in my country. Did you hear like a gunshot sound in the distance?
I did. I'm scared.
Time to eat some more chippy poos.
Eat away the fear. Yes. Our grinding is almost complete. Only one more session.
I would have said that if Butthole Weave's in the government, if he's paid by the government, then that just means that all of his donations are just the tax dollars that we pay coming back to us. But
oh my god.
I might be one of the few people who is just getting that money from nowhere. Quote, I love my country. Was that a gunshot outside?
Oh my god.
You guys ever plan to go to Britain? Maybe. Could be possible. Anime Watcher says a Bedroom Bedrock video would be dope to watch. I mean, if you mean the song, there is a music video for the song Bedroom Bedrock on ye old After Dark channel.
There's also a video of you extensively talking about every single song with your brother, right?
Yes. Daniel Kidlan says, Wubba Lubba Dub Dub! What's the raffle this time? It is this Ekans Cock and Balls drawing, which we will print onto an article of clothing of your choice. May suggest a pocketed shirt. But we'll let the winner decide.
Yes. Anything your heart.
But it is a drawing that I accidentally printed on a iron-on paper of the Ekans Cock and Balls, or the Pokemon that we have in this game called Big Ol'
Penis.
Which is drawn by me.
Who I'm probably going to end up putting in my party eventually.
Carnando with $5 says...
There has to be fireworks, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Since there's so many of them.
Yeah, they sound like pops. Or somebody's making popcorn.
They're definitely happening at too regular of intervals to be gunshots, I would think. Anyway, Carnando with $5 says, what song do you think is good that everyone else in the world seems to hate? Ooh. Ooh. What's a song... I remember when...
Anything by Lady Gaga.
Not that many people hate Lady Gaga, do they?
Yes.
She's a mega pop star.
Yes,
like,
but she also has mega haters.
Sure.
It comes with
We're talking about a song that everyone else in the world
know.
seems to hate. I know there's some good examples. I mean, Anything by Me. Fucking... I keep being tempted to say, like, What Does the Fox Say? Back when that came out.
What does the fox say?
Though I think most people enjoyed that. It's hard to say, because, like, you know, usually there's a contingent of people who like something and a contingent who hate it. And if there's something that people legitimately hate, it doesn't usually get known. Unless it's, like, Friday, which I don't like. Oh, is there a song that I love that everybody else hates? They're trying to think of like an OP. There's definitely some like anime songs that I feel like are not very popular that are gonna be on my list. Like the opening to Denpa Onna Toseishun Otoko, which like introduced me to my favorite band, and I consider like one of the greatest OPs, and like a lot of people can't stand that OP. That's probably the best answer I'm going to be able to come up with off the top of my head. Anime Watch with $2 says, any update on your rant about r/anime from 2016? No, I still am banned, and I haven't really gone there in a long time. I mean, like, I used to check it just because my videos would get posted there, and, you know, I've become such a contentious figure on there that if you post my name in the name of a video you post, it will not likely make it to the hot page. If you don't post my name, it can still make it, but, every single time the discussion about it is just like, oh, I don't usually like Digibro videos, but this one was good. Oh, Digibro, oh, well, I know it's not cool to like him, but I kind of like him. It's just like, okay, I see that I am cancer here.
I see I'm not wanted.
Yeah. Robert Sora with 229 euros says, I've sent an order for a shirt, haven't got a reply. Oh, yeah, you just sent that. I did reply, didn't I? Or maybe you sent the money, you mean. Well, I'm doing a live stream. That's why you haven't gotten a reply. Carnando with $2 says, like, Staying Alive. The song Staying Alive? That song is beloved by everybody. Does anybody hate that song?
I don't know.
I can tell by the way I wear my wall, I'm a woman man, no time to talk.
I hated that song when I worked at Kmart, and they played it all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
There's 12 songs that they played on the radio.
The song gets old pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, on one listen. But, I don't think it's a bad song. Cozy with $5 says, would you hold Kanbaru's monkey hand? I've been listening to all of Biggest Problem, and it keeps coming up how awful monkeys are. I mean, Kanbaru is, I would, just if it means I can touch the rest, then sure, right? Monkey hands don't seem as disgusting as the rest of monkeys.
I mean, we evolved from them.
Yeah, they're not that dissimilar. T Jack a Trace with $2 says, Denpa Onna OP is flame emoji. Agreed. Anime Watcher with $2 says, what podcasts would you recommend to boomers?
Who are these podcasts?
Yeah, who are these podcasts?
For boomers, by boomers, for boomers.
Who are these podcasts is great. I mean, the only fucking podcasts I listen to are Who Are These Podcasts and The Dick Show. They both would definitely appeal to boomers. So, your dad listens to The Dick Show now,
yes.
After you were on it.
Yes.
And he is
after you were on it. I just made a cameo.
Sky Domain with $2 says, government, huh? That makes two of us. Kill me. I'm sorry for your loss? Alright, I gotta go pee. I'm waiting to get to the end of all the super chats so I can go pee.
I'm just grinding away. I should be finished grinding very soon. So, I hear there's like a Cats 2019 trailer that came out. I'm terrified. I don't know if they're like CG or if they're like people in suits. But, fascinated. Also, I think The Lion King just came out. SMH. Okay, we're getting Reflect. Reflect is going to be great for the gym battle because U-turn is the biggest problem. Ooh. Peck versus Uproar. We're going to get rid of Uproar, I think, because Peck is probably going to be a little bit more useful than Uproar. Alright, what are we doing now? Donation. Let's switch him into the first. How much more XP does he need? Not that much. Only 400. Alright.
Sounds like a Let's Play in here.
Alright, we're getting there. I was talking about the cats.
Robert Sora says I've sent the order on Wednesday. If you're talking about just the email that you sent asking if you could buy the shirt, I have responded to it today. I was occupied on Wednesday and did not check that email address, especially because I'm like almost sold out. Like I basically just have 2 XLs left, so I wasn't expecting anybody to order them. But yeah, just check your email, dog. I definitely responded to it earlier today.
It's with the what's the email address? Well, he wouldn't know what the email address is.
Yeah.
It's the Virginia Beach Hermit Society one.
Have you heard of Electric Light Orchestra?
Yeah, duh.
I did a video on their album for the last rant batch, and I was like, it's pretty good. But I mostly know them for Twilight. I only meant to stay a while. It's either real or it's a dream. There's nothing that is in between. Twilight. Sky Domain with $2 asks waffles or pancakes. Waffles all day.
French toast.
Not part of the question.
I like French toast.
Waffles all day.
Waffles are better than pancakes though. But pancakes are fun to make. They're easy to make. And you can put shit in them. But waffles are good as fuck.
Thoughts and hopes for Sword and Shield? I hope it's a Pokemon game.
My hope is that I won't have to buy it and that it'll just magically appear. Along with the Switch Lite.
You actually want a Switch Lite?
I mean, they're making it... It's a Pokemon machine. They're literally giving me what I want.
I guess. The way I see it, I look at a Switch Lite and I'm like, why would you ever want a Switch without being able to plug it into the TV? That is the main appeal of the Switch to me.
True.
It's
so you don't have to pay the price of a Switch, though.
How much cheaper is it, though?
I have no idea. I don't think they released the price.
The Diggus gives us €5 and says, I work for the German government and my job is consulting kids, parents, and educators about video games. We buy consoles and games with tax money. Peace sign. That is Kush. Did you seen the Joy-Con drift class action lawsuit? I have not. I have not heard about the Joy-Con drift. It sounds terrifying. I gotta say, I love the Joy-Cons a lot more than I thought I would. I hated them when I'd played them on other people's Switches because they didn't have the things that you lock in to make them bigger so they actually fill your hand. Once I had those things, I was like, oh, these are actually dank. Robert Sora with another €2.29 says, oh, okay, lol, thanks. You know which mail I have, huh? Well, your name was on it. Dash and Scan says, what do you call a otaku hero who doesn't aim to improve society but still inadvertently changes it via the consequences of the schemes he executes to improve his own life but mostly fail? Do you have a specific example? Because that's, like, vaguely defined. It'd be easier if I knew exactly what this person does. In context. So, a reminder to everybody, what the fuck we are raffling. It is this Ekans Cock and Balls drawing.
Cock and Balls.
Which will be ironed. It's actually yellow. Like, the yellow is like a kind of, for whatever reason, getting chroma keyed out. Like, it keeps being, like, it's just the silver
because it's
backdrop.
almost green. Interesting.
Yeah,
that is like a neon yellow color.
yeah, it should be like a neon yellow where there's no color on the picture. But, yeah, it's an Ekans Cock and Balls drawing by May that I accidentally printed onto some, why can I never remember what to call
Transfer
this?
paper.
Transfer paper.
Fucking.
I always want to call it iron-on paper, but I can never remember. ELO is my favorite normie band. Are they really a normie band? Their music's kind of weird. I don't know if I'd consider them a normie band. Sky Domain says recommendations after enjoying Hoseki no Kuni. The manga or the anime? So the manga reminded me, like, visually of 5-star stories. The anime, I mean, what did you like about it in particular, I guess, is another question I would ask. Like, I feel like that's a show that a lot of people like for a lot of different reasons. It's a show that you can project a lot onto, you know?
Indeed.
Digi Eats Ass with another $5. Says, "Hey boys, with this government money, may download footage of Ping Pong, Haibane, Whisper of the Heart, and Katana Gatri. I'll send for edit soon, mama." I'll believe it when I see it.
I'm pretty sure we have most of them on our hard drive anyways.
Very possible. I have Haibane on
right.
DVD.
The time for Wing Attack has come, my friends.
I could go super
Wing Attack has
sonic.
60.
My mom's sonic. Tell me, does life exist beyond it? What I need to say to I just accept
Astonish has the chance of making it flinch. But so does Bite. Bite is way better. And Leech Life does kind of drain HP, and that might be more useful. Astonish does do damage, but it's kind of shit. So I'm gonna get rid of Astonish in favor of Wing Attack. And now we can go take on the gym.
Why do you say iron like iron when it's iron? Because I just do. And I don't think it's wrong, so I continue to do it. I don't understand why it's pronounced iron by people. It sounds stupid. And it doesn't sound like how the word is spelled. I don't know where I got iron from, because nobody I know has ever said it that way.
Nobody has ever said it that way, ever.
I think it's because as a kid I misheard Inuyasha as saying Iron Reaver Soul Stealer when he actually does say Iron Reaver, but like I think me just saying it as a kid as Iron Reaver made me remember it that way.
Let's clean up our party a bit. So we're gonna take Zubat, Hoot Hoot, and Geodude to the gym with us. It's gonna be a proper 3v3. Max level is level 17. I can't believe I actually trained them all up to there. I think it might have been overkill, but better safe than sorry, as they say. Alright, we also get to attach one item to our Pokemon, as the Scyther has a berry attached to it. We're going to want to do something that will heal up poison, because that is likely to happen. I think the Lumberry will be... yeah. So we're going to attach a Lumberry to one of our guys. Dunation cannot get poisoned.
Why do you say Reese's instead of Reese's?
Nobody
says Reese's. I have never heard that. Reese's? Who the fuck says that? Have you heard that?
Oh, for Reese's.
Yeah. He said, why do you say Reese's instead of Reese's? I've never heard Reese's.
Neither have I.
I mean, they say in the commercials, Reese's peanut butter
We
cups.
also can use a super potion. We have a super potion in our pack, so that'll be cool.
Digi Eats ass with $5. Made you have X and Y. We should 6-on-6 full battle. Both of you add my friend code. I'll wreck your fucking shit. You can't touch me in Pokemon.
I do have X and Y. I don't really think I have a team that I would feel confident.
You never even beat that game, did you?
Did I beat X and Y? I think I beat... I don't know.
I thought you told me you never played much X and Y.
I don't know if I beat the Elite Four or not, but I think I got all the gems. What the fuck is this bullshit?
I actually filled up my friend codes on X and Y at the time because I was Brony famous, and I just gave out my friend code because I wanted to trade with people.
Fucking fame whore. Alright. I think I just
Some people say Reese's. That's more acceptable.
Alright, are we ready for this? We're ready.
Reese's.
Time for Gym Battle 2. Let me get some hype from the chat, guys. I need some fucking good vibes. Okay, he's gonna start with Scyther.
This
I'm gonna
guy's
try to
trying
get
to
a
say that
supersonic
it's supposed
off.
to be read like Reese's Pieces. Like Reese's Pieces.
Fuck. I see.
But I'm pretty sure it's Reese's Pieces. That's how I always said it as a kid. Daniel Kinlan with $5 says, if you guys get to the
Nice
headbutt move
resistance.
tutor today, Heracross can be found in Azalea Town. It makes Whitney look like a chump.
Ooh. Excellent. Thank you for that tidbit. Alright. So we're going to
Digi Eats Ass says, did you
rock
battle me later
throw.
tonight? If not May, bring it on. There's no way we have time for that. I don't even know where my copy of X and Y necessarily is.
Hell yeah. One hit KO on the Scyther. Excellent.
God damn, we have a lot of fucking names in this raffle.
Alright. That was good. Even though our Zubat
Even though
took
it's probably
a
like-
lot of damage.
Probably like 50% of this is just Butthole Weave. And or Digi Eats Ass.
Next Cockcast when? The Cockcast is cancelled. By me.
Yes, the Cockcast is
I killed the cock.
killed. Though Michelle is still live streaming.
Yeah, every Sunday or so she'll do a stream that like we jump in, but the Cockcast was an uncoordinated clusterfuck and I did not want to be a part of it anymore.
Winter Wacko Reborn with $5 Canadian says, just tweeted you vid of Yamakan almost crying at Kyoto Annie. Pretty Kino TBH. He obviously cared even after all the bullshit. Redemption arc when?
Alright, so he
I mean,
used
I
his
should
super
fucking
potion.
hope so. He worked for those people. He fucking used to work there. Like, I don't know why he was being an asshole in the first
We're
place.
gonna get a reflect on. I don't think it's worth it to even bother wasting a super potion on healing Zubat. TBH.
These people are telling me that me saying Reese's Pieces is a southernism.
Maybe it is. I've always said Reese's Pieces.
Do you generally call them Reese's?
No, I call them Reese's, but Reese's Pieces is
Yeah.
what I call the pieces. I don't know why. I just like always have done that.
Because they're trying to say that like Reese's is the proper pronunciation. I've always seen it as Reese's.
Alright, I
Reese's
think-
peanut butter cups. May is pretty good.
Thank you. I'm good at
Hey,
Pokemon, believe
that's
it or
pretty
not.
good. Yes, the Pokemon Blue Let's Play was just a fluke. It was a wake-up call.
Because that fucking game has so many hacks, and that fucking Raticate, I should have just avoided it. But I got cocky because I had an Nidoqueen.
Don't get cocky, kid.
I got fucking cocky.
Digi Eats Ass with $5. Just effing get out your copy. Let's battle quickly. Let's chat on May's Discord. I'll take you both on. Let's go, Dad. I can do Alpha Sapphire too. People need to stop calling me Dad. I'm not
It's
okay with
freaking you
this.
out. Alright, we get U-Turn. U-Turn will be a nice addition to, I was gonna give it to Zubat, but Zubat already has, like, a lot of moves. So I don't know who I'm gonna give U-Turn to, but it will be a useful move. Oh my god, I'm a fucking baka. Gotta hit that switch. Well, we beat the gym. Yay!
This is a fair point from Super Gub 1. He says, it's because they're cups belonging to Reese, not Reese, but both are fine. So it's Reese's, as in they belong to Reese. Reese's.
Okay, Center, and time to fucking take on the rival in another enthralling battle. So, chat, I would like to ask you, if it would be okay for me just to bring out my entire party
my
for the
fucking-
rival battle, or if I should keep my Pokemon.
My mind is exploding in on itself, realizing that the idea of Reese's is that they belong to a person named Reese.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought of it as a name, I just thought of it as a brand name. I'm sorry. I didn't even celebrate your victory in the gym because I was too busy seeing all of time and space.
It's all good, I understand. I was just wondering when I take on the rival, which is the next thing, if I should just keep the 3 Pokemon in my party, or if I should bring everybody. I'm seeing bring everybody. I'm gonna do it just because I think there's other opportunities in the game when it's like, it just would make more sense because, you know, you want to be prepared.
Oh shit, it's mealy as fuck. Sky Domain with $4 says, Digi, you finna join May in that run game? Maybe. Maybe so. Anyway, what I was trying to say when I was down is I was arguing that you cannot call me your dad, or cannot call me dad, until I am old enough that I could have had you when I was 18. I'm 27 currently. I don't think any of you are young enough. You would have to be 9. If you're not the amazing 9-year-old, I don't want to hear no fucking dad jokes. As soon as I'm over 30, it's fair game. I don't give a shit anymore.
You're getting there. You're almost 28.
I will be 28 in August.
August? It's almost August. It'll
You're
happen
right.
soon. Oh my god.
I'm less than a month from being 28.
Oh, fuck.
Digi Eats Ass says, how mealy is it, Daddy? Tell me now. Dad to D, bro. It's pretty mealy.
Alright, we avoided the poison. Very nice. This Bayleaf is level 18.
As Elusitary points out, if even Annie Fred isn't young enough, all hope is lost. It's true. Annie Fred's 13. Couldn't have had him when I was 18.
Dad. Well, you could have.
Not acceptable. No, I could have had him when I was 14.
Oh.
But that would be pretty fucking preposterously young to be siring children.
That's a Casey Neistat move.
Casey Neistat was even 17 at least. Anime Watcher with $2 says, thoughts on Zoomer fans like Annie Fred? I mean, you know, all of them are different.
All Zoomers should die.
Like, I knew Munchie when he was like 12 or 13, and Munchie is very different from any other young person I've ever known.
Munchie is very different from any human.
It's true. Munchie is not like anybody else, and so, like, you know, he's kind of like a special case. But most of the time, when I have really young fans, I can tell immediately from the way you write and the kind of things you say, and it just makes me think, huh, a kid, you know? One day this person will grow up. Maybe they'll be cool then, you know?
Yep.
Like, I was a fucking shit on the internet as a kid. Like, I was exactly one of those... I was the type of person who would be a fan of myself, and I would have participated in my fandom in the way that those kids do. So, I can't get mad because I just think back to what it was like for me, and
Excellent.
How older people were constantly fucking pissed at me on the internet. And I just think, you know, no matter how annoying a kid might be, it's just exactly the way I was, and I can only be so upset, you know? Yeah.
We just beat our rival. Fuck yes.
That motherfucker was mealy as fuck!
We're gonna come up to another chance to get an encounter. So that'll be nice.
People are always telling me to shave my upper cheek hair. You've never told me to shave it, so I am not going to.
I mean, doesn't bother me.
It's really fucking...
It's more of like an aesthetic thing.
If there's one thing that has always struck me as incredibly weird, it's like guys telling me how I should look on the internet. It's like, okay, first of all, I don't care what you think I look like at all. And second of all, I already have a hot girlfriend. I am not trying... Like, who do I need to look good for other than this person? If she says I need to do this, I'll do it. Nobody
Who are we
else
gonna
is
get?
gonna convince
Who are
me
we
to
gonna
change
get?
the way I
Who
look.
are we gonna get? Who are we gonna get? Oh.
We're gonna get a battle.
No, there's no battles in here. You have to catch the far-fetched.
Cozy with $2 says, "What's your favorite anime about being 25 to 30 years old?" God, are there any? I'm trying to think of a character who's in that age range. Like, there's a lot of early 20s characters, but 25 to 30? If I can even think of one, I'll just have to pick it.
The guy from Slime Isekai.
He was like 35.
Yeah, he was older.
Something like that.
A Kakuna!
Kakuna!
Fuck, okay, well I guess our catch, I was hoping for an Oddish, but we got a Kakuna. Whatever.
Kakuna Matata! Alright guys, what are we gonna name this Kakuna? Assuming we don't kill it on accident.
It's a female. It's a female.
Hello, just arrived. What are we raffling today? Oh, let me tell you about this cock and ball.
No, I tilted it! Oh, I got a crit hit. Whatever.
Cock and balls.
You missed your
Ekans.
opportunity for a catch on this route. Boo-hoo.
We're gonna print this onto an article of clothing of the winner's choice, possibly a pocketed T-shirt, as we think that would be a dank idea. But yeah, everybody who super chats, every time you super chat, your name goes in the cup. The cup is currently overrunneth with name. The Diggest with another 690 in euros says, "Since you bring it up now, you'd be looking on fleek if you shaved your upper cheeks. Have been shouting this at every single video, fam." Like I said, why would I listen to you? I don't care what dudes think about my facial hair. Nor would I care what girls think about it, because I'm already spoken for.
Donation goal to shave upper cheek hair.
I would do it for a I would do a fundraiser. That's gotta have to be
Oh, the next one.
the next stream we do, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like if we make we have to just set like a, I don't know how much.
$200.
That's
goal.
not enough.
It's not enough for you to shave your cheek hair.
It's the principle of the matter. It's not
Yeah.
about what it is.
How much do you think?
It's about how much money are people willing to raise for the sake of getting me to do something purely for their sake that I don't care about, you know?
I don't know if there's a secret to this. I feel like
I would have to, I guess I would, here's what I would do. I would set the bar extremely high, but I would promise to keep it up for like a month or something. Because it grows in immediately. That's why I don't shave it. Because, like, I don't shave. I shave, like, every couple of months. I will trim my beard if it gets, like, when my mustache starts getting into my mouth, that's when I trim my beard. But, like, it grows back mega fast. So, like, if I was doing any additional, you know, landscaping of the face, it would be, like, I'd have to do it every other day. I'm not gonna fucking do that.
oh boy, I gotta pee, but I want to figure out this puzzle. Oh no, I should probably just go pee. Do you want to see if you can solve this puzzle? I'm sure it's really easy.
Which puzzle?
The Farfetch puzzle.
I have to look at it.
I'll show you the basic
Alright,
mechanics.
those are definitely fireworks. 'Cause
Yeah.
now they're launching screamers. Y'all hear that?
Surely they can hear it.
Pretty obnoxious.
Is there...
Opinions on the end of George, formerly known as Maddox's podcast. Hilarious. About time.
Oh boy.
Okay, real talk. Does anybody remember what episode of Dick Show I said my gamble for the death pool? Because Dick has done this Maddox show death pool, where basically whoever guessed the closest to when it would end without going over, he would fly out to LA to hang out with him. And somebody suggested on Twitter that somebody said like fly out Digibro, implying that I had won, but I don't know. I don't remember what I said. So I want to know if anybody knows, when did I say Maddox's podcast would end? You have to step on the branch.
Oh, does that make him change direction? Okay, that's probably what it is. Okay. I think if you step on the branches, it'll make him look in a different direction. Just slowly licking everything to death with Boba 3.
Is that all you got, or is it just the safest bet?
No, I just want to level him up.
Oh.
It's just so I don't have to grind with him later.
Food Boy Jr. says, lol, just keep running around. It's good content.
Alright, I think what you want to do is get him to look away. Look into the corner, I think.
What the hell is Digi eating?
Pringles.
I think he probably means before the Pringles.
Oh, pasta salad. Mac salad. What's the difference? No, step on stick. Step on snack.
Sky Domain with $2 says, best bubble tea flavor?
Oolong or taro.
My favorite to get is the watermelon, but not a lot of places have it.
It's true.
Other than that, probably strawberry. Strawberry's pretty good. Better be pizza Pringles. Hell no, them shits is nasty, dog.
It's barbecue. It's all about the pizza goldfish, though.
The flavor blasted pizza goldfish specifically. Yes. You don't eat that regular shit.
No, the regular pizza goldfish are not good. It's mac salad.
We're probably gonna have bubble tea tomorrow because we always have bubble tea on laundry day.
Yes.
Our laundry method is that we put it in the wash and then we go get bubble tea and then we put it in the dryer and then we go get lunch. Typically. C Crust with $2 says tiramisu is a better mech subversion than Ava. I mean, it's certainly more of a subversion than Ava, I guess. I don't really think Ava subverts mecha. I really don't get that, like, position on it. I don't see what is more subversive about Ava than Gundam, you know? Ash Vampire with $2 says, keep the faith with the barbecue Pringles broski. Will do. I believe I got like 3 canisters of them. And
4,
then
right?
Well, the 4th one was like the tangy mesquite barbecue or whatever. They had them 4 for $5 at the HT.
Okay, so...
William Howard with $5. First time watching live. Here's 5 freedom bucks. Hashtag keep the cheek hair. Thank you. Someone believes in the truth.
Where's he gonna go? That way? Okay. What happens if I make him go that way?
Oh boy, we're coming up on fucking 3 hours.
No, I want him to go this way.
This is a full-bodied live stream.
I'm gonna have to go pee. Here, just run away from the fights and just see if you can figure it out. You have to step on
Sid
this.
Fearson with $5 says, would you recommend in the vein of Martian Successor Nadesco? Ooh. That's a pretty unique show. I mean, have you already seen Macross? Because that's kind of what Nadesco is like built in the image of, so to speak. Ooh. Nadesco is like it's like a parody, but it's also semi-serious. Like, it comes from the same era as like an irresponsible Captain Tyler, I guess, but that's like more silly. I mean, it's comparable to Ava, but I assume you've seen Ava. I guess it really depends on what element of Nadesco you enjoyed the most, but it's a pretty unique show.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, I didn't do anything.
I didn't learn anything.
I have no idea what you're meant to do with this fucking Farfetched. Will the Deal with $2 Canadian says, these streams make my Friday night shifts bearable. Very glad we can help.
That's what we're here for. How many strips do you have left?
I only have like
chicken strips?
3 strips left, but I can cut more if need be.
Alright, I would like to finish this. I'm gonna use it repel. If I have one. Do I not have one?
Repel.
I got one. Just because it's really fucking annoying.
Those don't last for very long.
It's all good. It'll last long enough for me to...
You have to have the bird in the bottom left, then step on the branches directly below it, then run all the way around and interact with the bird from behind.
Oh, spoilers. I could have figured it out.
Press X to doubt.
Oh my god.
Right,
I've done this
step
before.
On the branch directly below it.
No, I know. I'm not stepping on this one.
Now talk to him from behind.
Yeah. It's a purse.
Purse.
I'm so disappointed that I didn't get an Oddish and I got fucking... I haven't seen any Oddishes though. Maybe it's
only at the day.
It's
or
only
night.
at night, but I thought it was night. So.
Well, it's not 7 p.m. yet.
Oh, is that when it becomes night?
I have no
God
idea.
damn it! I should have stalled longer.
I have absolutely no idea.
You're probably right about that because I haven't seen any Oddish at all, but it becomes a common capture at night.
William Howard
That
with 420
sucks.
says, excited to hear you talk about Promare, Senpai. As long as they're still playing it at Otakon.
They are. Well, they might not because it's about Firefly.
I hope they're still playing.
I think they will. I don't think they would stop.
Are they going to bring back the national decks? Who knows?
No.
Trigger interview at Otakon? I have no idea yet. I mean, I would like to interview. I applied for an interview with Imaishi.
Finally. Well, you found a Farfetch'd.
I will, by all means, I will make an announcement if I get that interview. Anime Watcher with $2 says, Digi looks like he's rocking the sexy bed hair. Thank you.
Sexy Lexi.
I'm looking like fucking Ziz over here.
Aziz Ansari.
No, not that one. You finally said Promare right. I mean, how many times have I said it wrong, really? I didn't know I was saying it wrong until my most recent video, like the Otakon announcement, where everybody in the comments was like, it's Promare.
It's Promare. It's the premiere of Promare, you dipshit.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I'm retarded.
Especially since I was at the announcement of it. The original announcement at Anime Expo. But, yeah, I don't know. I always just default to reading things how it would be in Japanese if I don't know how to pronounce it, you know? That's why I was saying, like... Well, I guess I don't always do it that way. But I just... Like, there's usually so many different ways to pronounce something's name that I just try to stick with, like, whatever sounds right first, and then just go with that, you know? And if I find out it's wrong later, I can correct it, but... Only one slip of paper left.
Whoa.
So how far are we actually from the next gym?
I have to do this whole forest, so... We should have saved the forest for the next time, right?
Yeah, I'm getting fucking tired
Okay.
of being live. If anybody wants the last strip of paper I have, super chat now or forever hold your peace.
My far. I found it. Oh, we got cut, motherfucker.
I have not watched the first 10 minutes of 3.0 plus 1.0. Are they any good? Moonboy Jr. with $2 says, this stream makes my Friday night shits bearable. Alright, well, that's it. Should we do our fucking
Our count
raffle?
up? Yeah. How many
Do you want me to
slips
count
of-
them out?
How many slips of paper did you make?
Okay, let's count
'Cause
up.
we chopped up
This
like
is a
3
fucking
sheets.
lot. Digi Eats Ass with another melee, Sky Domain with another mine. I don't have any papers left, but I could,
You need to add? I'm gonna grab you
yeah,
another
grabbing
sheet.
a couple. Alright, I'm gonna count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's got to be a more efficient way to do this. 19, 20, 21, 22,
cut the slips for you.
23, 24,
Oops.
25, 26, 27, 28,
I'm gonna go to the
29,
Poke Center,
30,
heal and save.
31, 32, 33,
Do you want me to cut slips for you?
34, 35, 36,
I'm cutting them.
37, 38, 39. Was that? I couldn't tell if I dropped in 2 just now. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. Oh my god, there's so many more.
Oh no.
Do you want to write those names on those?
Sure.
Not Moonboy, because he already did.
Alright.
I already got him.
I'm just gonna go.
What was the last one that said 71?
Yeah.
72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25,
Jesus.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Should we get a bigger
33,
container?
34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 161 goddamn
Should we get a
fucking
different cup
slits of
or
paper.
something?
Why? I can just stir them up.
Okay.
Stir them up real fine.
Use
Stir
your
them up
finger.
real fierce. Make sure they're
Oh
all
my-
available,
Oh
all
my
grabbable.
word. How is that possible that there are so many?
This is like by far the biggest one we've done so far. I don't know if it's just growing every week because more people are paying attention.
Surely, surely.
Or if people just really want the Ekans cock and balls even more
both.
than
It's
the
a little
boob
bit of
page
both.
from Ari Ferreira of our last week's stream.
Oh my god.
That one was 99, right?
Yo, so if you
Or like
win,
101?
just tell us what you want us to print it on.
Yes.
We'll do anything. My recommendation is like a white t-shirt with a pocket, and we can have like Ekans in the pocket. So it's like one of those edgy shirts. But you can literally ask for anything, we'll print it on it. It just probably needs to be white, right? Because we have white transfer
anything
paper.
white
Oh no, this
that
dropped
is
out.
not like, expensive. Like, I'm not gonna make a whole backpack or
Yeah.
anything. But alright.
Alright.
Daniel Kinlan says, I can't believe it's bigger than boob. I know. I thought boob was gonna be the pinnacle. But I guess Ekans cock and balls is even better.
Hope I'm not knocking anything out of here.
More of you guys like cock and balls than boob, I guess.
I like cock and balls more than boob.
You would.
This one.
Alright, who we got here? I can't believe Butthole Weeb did not win after fucking donating half of these. But the winner is Anathmi Badesu. Anathmi Badesu. I saw you in there a few times. I don't know if this is how you say your name, but Anathmi Badesu. Where you at? If you're still here, you won. You can say something right now, or we can go to Twitter, find you somewhere, message me wherever you can. Let me know what you want us to print this Ekans and cock and balls onto,
Excellent.
and we'll get it to you. Congratulations.
One of a kind Ekans
You
design.
beat about 60 Butthole Weeb
Oh my
names.
God. Butthole Weeb will have his time.
And
He will
60
get probably
other
the best
names.
prize.
Yeah, he'll get something
He'll
he
probably
truly
get
wants.
some fucking crazy shit.
I mean, he donates just for the fuck of it anyway. He didn't even know we were raffling at first. And Anathmi Badesu is in here more than once, I think. But I don't see them in the chat. Well, we'll have to make sure. Anathemi Badesu. Maybe you'll see this in the VOD. If anybody knows who this person is and can track them down,
I'll try to find them.
let me know. There you have it, folks. That's the fucking episode 3 of the SoulSilver. Nobody's dead yet.
No, nobody died.
Nobody's dead yet.
We just finished episode 3. We have 2 gym badges. No fatalities. I think that might be different at the next gym because we have Milk Tank. And that's a fucking bitch and a half. A legendary gym leader. Godspeed, though.
Alright. The search for Anathemi Badesu begins. See y'all next week.